1 minute warning!
To the Goofball Army out there, hi at the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got Goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy!
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, whew.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your Goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, the two giant goofballs. We're here for the live watch party here as the Giants take on the Packers today here at MetLife Stadium. Good home game here for us. Let's go over here as we're waiting for the game itself to start here. All the newest information here going on with the New York Giants and their roster here for today. First off, if you have been living under a rock, the Giants fired Brian Daboll. So officially, Mike Kafka is the head coach. Interim head coach, at least Tim Kelly, OC. No, Shane Bowen's still there. Jameis Winston also starting off as the starting quarterback here with Jackson Dart out with the concussion protocol there. So that's the biggest story is coming into this. Otherwise, here's other roster notes for you there. Chauncey Golston once again out. James Hudson III is a healthy scratch. I don't even know why the hell he's still on the roster. Tyler Newman also is inactive, so you got to expect a big dose of Dane Belton this game here. Raheem Nunez-Roches also out. Darius Slayton out. Kayvon Thibodeau out, and that's the biggest one I'm curious about because that means we should get a whole bunch of Abdul Carter here. You know, there's been a lot of talks about Abdul Carter and hasn't been living up to the hype, and let's be frank, there's good, there's bad. You can't exactly sit there and say he's been doing amazing here. This is his chance. This is his chance to go ahead and be the guy that people keep thinking and saying he is at that point. With that as well, Paulson Adebo was a late addition scratch to the roster. Originally, he was listed as being active for the game. During warmups, he felt discomfort in his knees, and out of abundance of caution, the Giants are going to keep him inactive for this game here. So we'll have to keep an eye and see. Hopefully, everybody else that was maybe is going to be good to go going forward because we're out a lot of guys here. Now, as far as practice squad call-ups for this game, Dalen Cambry, who's been the special teamer in college but kind of showed a little bit of something there in the practice squad and also in preseason, is going to be called up for this game here with Darius Slayton out. He actually had a couple of good catches there from Jameis Winston in the preseason, so kind of curious to see that. I thought he was actually a better option to go with than Bo Collins, to be very frank, coming out of camp. So I'm curious to see what he can do with the chance he gets here. Elijah Chapman also called up, again, with Raheem Nunez-Roches being out. It should be interesting to see if they use him in the fullback position as well, considering that was the thing we were trying there during practice in the training camp and also, in again, a little bit in preseason as well. Called up from the practice squad to the active roster. We got, of course, Koo, the kicker, is going to be on the active roster now. Again, Graham Gano was put on the IR this week. I got to imagine he's probably kicked his last game as a Giant, guys. And I know you guys will not cry any tears over that one. Though, again, we appreciate everything he did. He was a good player for a long time. It's just time is up. And it's, to be very frank, passed up. Elijah Garcia also is called up to the active roster, especially from the practice squad. So Koo and Garcia officially are active roster, not call up from the practice squad. To the IR, which is the crazy thing, somehow Evan Neal. I'd love to hear the story of how Evan Neal got hurt. He has been inactive every single game, hasn't been in at all. Somehow he's hurt, hamstring issue. He is officially on the IR. I would not be shocked at all if he has also played his last game as a New York Giant. Active for the game as well, which was the big one here for us, especially considering how often they run the ball here for the Packers, is going to be Bobby Okereke, the linebacker here for the Giants. And then let me see here that they're about to go to the game, I think, here. I'm trying to keep you guys up to date. Okay, we got a little more commercials here. Okay. Inactives here for the Packers. Malik Heath was a coaching decision late on Saturday, which I'm wondering there what happened there. 9 games, 6 catches, 86 yards in the season for him there. Nate Hobbs also out. 7 games he's been in, 5 starts, 19 tackles. Donovan Jennings also a healthy scratch for the Packers, just played in 1 game, so he's a backup to backups basically kind of scenario. Brandon McManus is also also not going to be playing today. He's their starting kicker, so definitely something to keep an eye on there because it's always interesting whenever you have somebody that's out. Now they did get another kicker on their roster. They've had him on there, Lucas Havrisk, who has been played before for them. Was also, if I remember correctly, was on the USFL last year there. The UFL, whatever the hell they call that other league now. Keeps changing every year. It's like the XFL, then the USFL, and the UFL, and all these things, whatever the hell it is now. But he did really good with them when he was in that league there. So given a shot there, probably their best kicker. So, see what he does there and see if that matters. The big one loss for them is Lucas Van Ness, their edge rusher, linebacker. He been so far this year 5 games, 11 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 6 QB hits, and 3 tackles for loss. But he's a really good player. Rookie Matthew Golden is going to be in the game. He was kind of a game time decision there, but they made that call late yesterday. Rookie wide receiver, their first round pick. All the receivers will actually pretty much be in this game there, which is crazy because this is one of those games where pretty much every single guy for their wide receiver core was on the injury report there all week long. So that's, I guess, good for them. We have no Paulson or Debo, so definitely not good for us there because that means we're looking at Banks and Cordell Flott out there. Definitely potentially a situation for a get-right game for the Packers in this scenario here for what's been going on with the issues between LaFleur and their head coach and also their quarterback, Jordan Love there. Jameis Winston, I see the comment there from Derek. That's going to be one thing to keep an eye on as well is how does he do? We know he's got an issue with turning the ball over. I think this is actually going to work in his favor being in the Giants system. I think Cap's going to keep short tosses, not put him in dangerous situations there. Listen, Jameis got an arm, but he's also got pretty good accuracy, and that's actually what gets him in trouble sometimes. The accuracy counts out of too much. The kickoff is up there for us there. And it's going to be returned. And decent return by Banks. That's actually probably his best role in the team as a returner. He gets about to 35. So we got Jameis Winston coming out here for his first drive as a starting quarterback here for the New York Giants. 36-51 career record. Last year, obviously, with the Browns. Before that, the Saints. Before that, obviously, longtime Buccaneer. I think he's, remember right, the only guy ever in NFL history to get 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a season. It was absolutely insanity. Let's see here. And here we are. Got a little bit of change adjustments here by Winston at the line. And we got a run here. We got Tracy going to get maybe a yard. See, Anthony says, seeing a bit Drew. I haven't seen the lineup for the kickoff. That's because you're probably on TV. I'm watching on Red Zone. Not Red Zone. I'm sorry, Sunday Ticket. Sunday Ticket's a little quicker, I think. But it's also the standard way anyone can watch nationally. So, 2nd and 9. Winston under center. Looks like got movement by Bellinger. Expect a run, and there it is. Going to get to about the 40-yard line here. So we got 3 and 5 coming here. Another run by Tracy right up the middle. So basically what they did is you got Bellinger off on the right-hand side in the normal tight end position. They moved him towards the inside like a fullback and did a little bit of slight trickery there by making that adjustment. Should be interesting, too, with Xavier McKinney coming back home here to MetLife, too. See if there's any little extra oomph for him. Got Jalen Hyde in motion. Unfortunately, not to the bench. Shotgun formation for Winston. And here we go. Line's doing good, giving him time. And he's got a wide open. Wow, is that Jalen Hyatt? After I said that comment, he heard me. He got wrapped up really quick. Trying to see to verify, but I think it was Hyatt. Yeah. Good job by oh, it was Wandell. Okay, I take it back. It was Wandell. I was gonna say, no way in hell does Jalen Hyatt make another catch. But good catch there. Nice straight up, just a slight angle at that point to get some separation. With the shotgun formation for Winston from the 40-yard line again, the other 40, obviously. Quick toss out there from 4 yards to Tracy. So we got a 2nd and 6 coming up here. Looks like Winston's trying to hurry guys up as well. Like they're going for a fast-paced offense. Not something we saw. Again, this is going to be interesting to see with Kafka now fully calling the plays. He is calling the plays still as the head coach, but I still think he got a lot of input from Daboll and a lot of meddling from Daboll. Another quick run here to Tracy, who's going to get the first down there in about 7-8 yards on that one. Offense is moving. You notice it's moving with Winston. It wasn't moving with Russ. Just saying. Nice little cutback too on Tracy. This is why we said all along. I still don't understand why they got Russell Wilson. Jameis Winston is just as good, if not better, and now we know he's better based on what Russ has done this year. Bellinger in motion off to the left-hand side. Shotgun again for Winston. It's the pass coming. He's got time again. Went for a quick window with Theo Johnson, but double coverage and did not get it. So 2nd and 10 coming. And let's see, they got the play and replay coming now. And Bellinger was much more open. I don't know why the play wasn't there. Again, that's the one problem with Winston is he tries to get these tight fits sometimes. And sometimes when you have a lot of arm talent, Winston does have, you get yourself in trouble with that overconfidence. So ball's right now about the 28-yard line here. 2nd and 10, shotgun formation again for Winston. Got Wandale and Hyatt on the south side there. And wide open. Woo. Wow. That is a nice wide open catch there at that point. It's not something you see very often. It's Isaiah Hodgins. Welcome back, Isaiah Hodgins. There we go. Definitely the right move by getting him. I still would have wished we had little Jordan Humphrey too. Just get rid of freaking Hyatt and Bo Collins. Another run here, 1st and goal here for Tracy. Going to get about 2-3 yards. About 3 yards, it looks like here. So should be 2nd and goal coming up. About 5 to go. Said offense moving the ball well. I'm liking what we're seeing right now. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal, like I said, about the 5-yard line there. Shotgun formation. Wandale in motion going to the top of your screen. Going to be a run to Tracy. No, that's Singletary. And in for the touchdown. There we go.
All hail the New York Giants.
There we go. There we go. Giants get on the board right off the bat here. Loving it. Like I said, not somewhere you were used to seeing in the last few years, but this year, especially since Dart's gotten in, and now Winston as well, that first drive has been like our drive. I'd love to see the percentages on touchdowns on the first drives there since the first 3 weeks. But here we go with Koo for the extra point. And it is good. 7-0. 7-0. See, Jay's in the building. What's up, Jay? There we go. So 7-0 for the Giants there. So getting out to a nice early lead. Let's see if it scores around the league here as we get to our first commercial break here. So real quick, the 2 games that are over. Make sure everybody knows what's going on there. You got Patriots beat the Jets 27-14 on Thursday. The early game today in Europe was the Dolphins just barely beating the Commanders in overtime, 16-13. So let's see here. Besides ours, it looks like the only score going on right now is the Steelers up 7-0 on the Bengals. Other games going on here. You got Texans at Titans, Panthers at Falcons, Bears at Vikings, Chargers at Jags, Bucks at Bills. All those games are scoreless though. So as Jace says, Kafka, yeah, Kafka. Listen, Kafka's thought, like I said, very well around the league. Again, he's been like 4 times. He's been, you know, it's been like 4 times now that he's been a runner up for a head coaching position. So, well, this is a really good experience for him to get some experience as being a head coach, but it's also good for us to see what he is. I don't think, and listen, I'm not saying I'm rooting for it by any stretch of the imagination. I want a proven coach. I want a Tomlin. I want a John Harbaugh. I want one of those kind of guys. But I'm not going to say it's out of the realm of possibilities for Kafka to get this job if he does well, but we'll see what happens here. Jason, if Kafka can win 4 games, I think they can give him the job and let him hire a big money DC. That's the big thing. You're going to have to get a real DC in here, a real DC. Dwayne says, so Daboll was the problem. The offense is actually moving today. Well, it's the first drive. Let's not, I'm still hoping that that's what we got here is improvement, but I'm not going to call anything official after one drive. That's for sure. Jay says, I want to proven content creators, and I'm still here. You can't get everything true. Yeah. Anthony says, Dwayne, I can't go there yet. We scored on most opening drives since Dart came in. Yep, exactly. Like I said, that's been the thing. Let's see. And not just this game, because let's be honest, if you didn't like Daboll and you're a player, you got a little more extra momentum today to play a little better. So I want to see what happens overall with this team over the next couple of weeks. I don't want us making quick, rash calls, decisions. Gotta be smart about this. This is a big hire because whoever you get here is going to be literally the coach for all of the basically rookie contract for Jackson Dart. That's a huge, important time at that point because you don't have to pay him a lot of money. If he's as good as I think he is, I mean, hell, guys are getting $40-50 million right now a year. What do you think he's going to get in 4 or 5 years? And a swarm on special teams here on the kickoff return, guys. Absolute swarm. This team has got some energy and it's pumped up like you wouldn't believe. Let's see. As Jay says, I don't want any emotional coaching, low penalties, prepared team. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, exactly. Solid, smart football. And I want what I just saw there when defense is going on. Swarming to the football. Swarm. A freaking pack of yellow jackets. Some murder hornets. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Love is under center, I formation with the fullback. I thought I saw some motion there. Let's find out who it was there. They got a flag on the play. Let's see. It's on the defense. There's that first penalty, Jay. You were just saying you wanted low penalties. First penalty, Dexter Lawrence. Yep, and it was on him. There was no motion there, at least what you saw on the replay. That was just him trying to figure out the count. It was a little off. He had Carl Banks at his ears. All right, so 1st and 5 now. And a little end around trickery to Josh Jacobs, he's gonna get that first down, get about 8 yards. Like I said, I expect him to have a very big game. The Packers are not going to do what the Bears did last week. The Bears were stupid. The Bears point blank should have gone ahead and just nonstop run the ball, and it wouldn't have been a close game. It would have been destroyed. So, we'll have to see what happens with the Packers, but they are a team that runs the ball much more often than most teams. That's part of their normal weekly game plan. So I expect them to totally just run the ball down their throats, basically. So 1st and 10, here we go again. And it looks like they're set up again, I formation to run again. And fake the run. And the rush did a good job of making him uncomfortable. Just threw the ball away. 2nd and 10 coming. Burns in his face, as always. There's like 4 guys in his face. So you have Robertson Harris, Brian Burns. That's Timon Fox. Making sure my memory. Yep, Timon Fox. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. And quick wheel route to Josh Jacobs. And, of course, the Giants can't tackle, so get about 15 yards up. This is your spirit animal, Tampon Fox. Timon Fox. He's just Timon Auto Fox. Why is that an autocorrect for you? That's the first question. Why is that an autocorrect for you, Jay? Why are you talking about tampons so often? All right, here we go. 1st and 10 now for the Packers. Again, Giants just cannot seem, for whatever reason, to wrap up. This is going to be a bad game. I have a feeling for this defense. You said that they played to the weakness of the Giants here. As they're challenging the play, by the way, saying that he stepped out of bounds. It does look like he did on the replay. So interesting. Here we go. Another angle. And let's see. And no, he's in. I think he's in. I think he's good. Interesting. It's the first challenge of the Mike Kafka era here. We go to timeout here. She says, whatever, Drew, I manifest the tire shop job and I'll manifest 10 wins to your Giants in 2026. Listen, I'll be happy if we get 10 wins. I think the schedule should definitely be easier. That's for damn sure. Let's see here. See what other scores we got going on here. Let's see. 6-0 Panthers right now over the Falcons. We got 3-0 Bucks over the Bills. Let's see. I'm trying to see if this Panthers goes to 7. I don't know if it was a touchdown or what the case was. Yeah, it's a touchdown throw by Bryce Young. So we'll have to see there. I'm assuming they're still going for the extra point. It's at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. Nice stadium. Anybody gets the chance to go ever, go there. It's a nice stadium. Let's see here. Anthony says, I'm back. I think that was a silly challenge. Well, listen, you got excited. You got a chance to challenge. Jason, that's brutal. We get the schedule, and it's going to be the tiebreaker for draft position, most likely double screwed. Well, that was last year, too, remember? But every time we had like a tiebreaker, I want to schedule like the Patriots and the Colts got. Those two teams got such cakewalks, and they're both being like glorified as like the best teams in the AFC. They're playing shitty teams all freaking week, every week. It's insanity. Jason, are we offering Kafka a 10-year contract? I hope not. I hope not. Honestly, like I said, I want an experienced coach. That's my big thing right now. I want a coach that's done it before. Like I have confidence can actually lead this team and can get us out of this freaking period of crap we're in. You know, it's time for that to end. You know, and you got to see who the teams are we play next year. But let's see here, 2026 New York Giants opponents. I'm gonna look it up real quick if I can. Anthony says Brian Flores. I don't know about Flores still, because Flores is the issue of him is the lawsuit, obviously. We got back to the game here. And yep, it's a bad challenge. He is in. They're even showing the zoom in. So first down for them. And oh, here we go. Dexter Lawrence is flushing Jordan Love out of the pocket there. There we go. As Anthony says, we play the NFC West next. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can see. Okay, here we go. 2026, we're playing Dallas, Philly, Washington, Arizona, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Tennessee. So that's better. And then Houston, Indy, Rams, Seattle. So that's not as bad. Let's see. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Quick toss out. And nice job of the tackle by Flott. Looking up the opponent so much, I didn't see who it was. I think it was Musgrave. Yeah, Luke Musgrave, the backup tight end, is now the starter. With, of course, Tucker Kraft being out. Anthony says, I'm starting to think that Dix didn't want to play for Daboll again. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think anybody wanted to work for Daboll. He didn't have respect of the players at the point there. It looks like Jacobs coming out of the 10th there. So they're playing without Jacobs right now. Shotgun formation for Love. They're about the 49-yard line here. Getting flushed out again. And woo, big. Oh, almost a big catch. Almost a big catch drop by Romeo Doubs. So 4th and 11. You see, Dobbs, by the way, wearing that Guardian helmet there, protect against the concussions. That's one of the things you've been talking about this week with, Jackson Dart. Does he need to start wearing that thing? But yeah, Romeo Doubs just totally dropped an easy one here. It's like he plays for the Giants or something. So punt incoming here. And here we go. High punt, short punt. And caught off a bounce by Oshevsky. I don't know about that move there. Oshevsky lucky didn't do it, but that's where I would not have gone for that thing. You totally risked getting a fumble on that one. But luckily it didn't, that's a risky just watching that. I can't tell you that I've seen guys pick up a ball like that and get hit and just the ball comes right out. So definitely not a good scenario, that's for sure. But it is what it is. Luckily didn't have any issues. Let's see here. Back to some of your comments here. Let's see. Jason, honestly, why would Kafka take a interim job unless he had assurances? Because he gets experience. That's what it boils down to. He gets experience as a head coach. One more thing for the resume. Derek says, my stream of the game just went down. I mean, it's a couple of different versions you can go ahead and do there. I know Stream East is one people like. I used Dofu, DOFU before as well. Jason's interim coaches are 98% kiss of death for a head coach. Like I said, in this case here, I think it's good because he's been stalled out as a runner-up. It says we play the NFC West. Yep. Jason says, put on your tinfoil hat. I have to get rid of the dingy hat that you love so much, Jay. Then he says your current hat is racking up the miles. Let's see here. Derek says watching the game on Sling is the channel just dropped. Ooh. He says Daniel Jones revenge game will be intense. Jay says, yeah, I don't know if it'll be intense for anybody but Daniel Jones. I do think for him it's going to mean something. Anthony says, oh yeah, we just went over that before. Let's see here. Jason QBs don't wear guardian caps. Not typically, but something's got to get done to change the way this kid is right now. He's got too many concussion checks. Even a check is not good. It means you're out for a play or two. Jason's look up the history of interim coaches to basically a career ender. I get it. There's outliers though. He says your tire shop experience did I pay off? I gotta say what? Oh my gosh. Let's see if we got any more scores going on here for you guys. All right, let's see. I'm gonna refresh the screen as well just to make sure we got everything. So Steelers are up just 7-6 now on the Bengals. The Bengals are making a comeback here. Falcons scored as well, so that game's now 7-7 with the Falcons and the Panthers. So not a lot of scores, too much easy. Everything's kind of, close games. Nobody's kind of pulling away here in the first yet. Not that much a chance to yet either. All right, here we are. So ball's about the 15-yard line here. 1st and 10 here for the Giants. Winston, under center. And nice run here to start the start the drive here by Devin Singletary, getting about 5-6 yards on that one. Singletary's been doing better here, so flag on the play though. Let's see. I know we got here. Usually not good on a decent drive to be holding. Usually, yep, there it is, holding. 2 holding calls, lovely. 2 holding calls in the Giants. In case you got away with the one, you got a second one to go. Oof. That's just great. Let's see. Yep. Runyon literally just tossed it a guy. Oh my gosh. Actually, that was John Runyon. Yeah, just tossing a guy. Whoop. All right, here we are. So 1st and 17 now for the Giants. Again, you know this is going to be a run. Nice, decent run here. I think about 4 or 5 yards here for Singletary. I'm sure again. Yep. Okay. I guess Singletary's that guy they seem to trust. It's like they don't trust if you got to get 1 or 2 yards to go with Tracy for some reason, which is a bit odd, but it's what it is. There's Jackson Dart and his dork glasses. I understand why some of his weird 70s, 80s stuff is making a comeback. It just looks ridiculous. 2nd and 13. It's right up there with like the weird like porn stash, lumberjack stash thing. All right, quick toss there. And that was to Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt makes a stat sheet appearance. Only the 2nd time this season, I think. Chase's Singletary is like, Rob, you trust him, but he's in spectacular. Damn. Shots fired at Rob. He's not even here to defend himself. 3rd and 9 coming. Shotgun formation looks like for Winston. Let's see. All right, here we go. Offensive line doing their job again. And, almost picked. Almost picked by Valentine. Woo. That's Winston being Winston right there, guys. That's what you get, Winston. That's what you get, Winston. Let's see the replay on there. You got Wan'Dale Robinson and Jalen Hyatt on that side. And he's throwing to, throwing it towards Robinson a little bit off and happened to catch wind of where the guy was that was covering Hyatt. So Giants to punt on the 2nd drive. A little bit of a high snap, but got it off. And good punt. Going to be down to about the 38-yard line. So considering where we're at there, that's a pretty decent punt. I will take it. I got the Pepsi stuff here. Jay says this punter effing sucks. That was a good punt. That was a good punt. I don't know why you think that was a bad punt. We ended up, we're at like the 15-yard line and going all the way back to the 38. No return on it. That's a good punt. I'll take that. You know, that's a good 50 yards difference there. All right, so let's see what else we got around the league here. NFL scores. All righty. It's like Chargers are up now on the Jaguars 3-0. Bills are now up on the Bucks 7-3. So we've got a couple scores there in the last few minutes there. Again, so far, everybody's staying pretty close there. Nobody's starting to pull away and having 2-score leads or anything yet. And Jason's for medium Pepsi and stuck with us on the Goofball Drewcast. Listen, he made some money off selling his tickets, Jay. Anthony made some money off selling his tickets. He's probably very happy with that. Some Packer fan is enjoying the game. He got some money. Though, listen, now that they've sold, now they've fired Daboll, maybe not so bad to start supporting them again. Jesus, you should give Drew a percentage. Keep your money, Anthony. That's your tickets you sold, not mine. It's okay. I don't get a finder's fee. I didn't help you find somebody for it. But yeah. But like I said, it's starting to be where I'm starting to wonder if it's starting to, depending on how this stuff goes and the rest of the moves they make, time to maybe start supporting the Giants again financially by buying more stuff for them and all. We'll see. We got to get Rob some stuff here. Rob needs some stuff for his setup. So let's see. Anthony says, I'd much rather be watching the Drewcast. I did start supporting them again, Drew. I bought a new hoodie yesterday. See, there you go. There you go. We're actually working on something we might have for you guys here soon too to get discounts for the Goofballs for Giants gear as well. I'm working on something. I don't want to say what it is yet, but I am working on it. So, see, Jay says I want a deal for some Michelin Pilot Sportsman driving to Florida to find you. Oh my gosh. This is official hoodie for $125 or knockoff. Oh my god. Is it $125 now? All right, here we go. I formation again for the Packers. I gotta expect they're gonna start running. Here we go. Here comes the toss to Jacobs. And yep, there he goes for about 5 yards. Like I said, this is gonna be the problem with these with these Packers. They run a lot. And Josh Jacobs is going to have a very big game, I have a feeling. Honestly, we didn't just put a spy on him specifically. Put Okereke on him. Like, trade him like a QB like that. Just wherever he goes, that's where Okereke goes. Just keep right on him. 2nd and 5 here. And here we go. And, of course, handed the ball off again. And this time it's Love who's going to get the first down. And Belton hit him on the way down. He's lucky he didn't get a penalty because Love was sliding, and the way it hit almost like a head-on collision at that point there. But that's on the quarterback for the way he slid. I was about to say when I started seeing him slide before he even had to, saying, hey, this is a good lesson for Dart, but not with that head contact. You see Love wants the flag, but it's like, dude, what do you want? Like, you were going down. Like, how is he supposed to go that quick? So no flag. They're giving out a 3rd and 1 too. I thought he had first down on that. So good job at Belton. If we stop him on this, but Josh Jacobs he's gonna get that first down. Okay, I was gonna say we happen to stop him on this 3rd down. That'd be a huge thing. Jesus, Mahomes gets that call. Mahomes gets every call. That's why. It's Flanagan Fowles just trying to pull him back and didn't quite get enough energy to do that. So 1st and 10 here for the Packers. And here we go. They're breaking the huddle. Shotgun formation for Jordan Love. Got a tight formation, though, too. And I got all kinds of crazy, weird end-around stuff, and this is going to be a decent play for them. Woo! Tell you that the Giants' defense not looking good. That's for damn sure. That's Bo Melton. It says corner, which makes no sense whatsoever according to their roster. Oh, apparently he is converted corner, but they literally have him on here still as a corner on their own website. Oh my gosh, that's weird. I'm like, wait a minute, that corner wouldn't take that. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 now for the Packers at the 34-yard line. And all the time in the world for Jordan Love, and that's never a good thing, but we got to drop. We got to drop here, so at least that helps us. That's John Fitzpatrick, the 3rd string now backup tight end with Tucker Kraft being out. And he was wide open. Absolutely wide open with Timon Fox covering him. Flag on the play. I thought I saw a flag being thrown up. It's a holding call. It's on Walker, the tackle. So Rasheed Walker gets the holding call. So 1st and 20 this goes to now. Shotgun formation again for Jordan Love. That pushes them back to about the 44-yard line. That could be a key difference if we stop him here. And Dexter Lawrence just chasing him down. Almost got him. Love's going to go for about 2-3 yards here on the quick run, trying to run away from all the pressure. But Dexter Lawrence, again, getting them out there. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles on the stop. And they're showing the replay. Romeo Dobbs pretty much wide open if they wanted it. But Dexter Lawrence definitely is playing different today. That's for damn sure. So 2nd and 16. Looks like, is there an issue with Jordan Love now? He's out there shaking his arm around. Listen, I don't want to necessarily win that way, but that'd be a big help to us right now to get Malik Willis, their backup quarterback, in there. So yeah, he looks like he hurt his shoulder. He's jogging off. They're going to bring him into the back. Take a look. They're going. Oh, he's in the medical tent. Okay. So we'll take a look and see. But Malik Willis definitely nowhere near the quarterback Jordan Love is. Remember him from his Titan days. They're doing a timeout as well for the Packers. Buying time to make sure he feels comfortable getting in there. Probably also maybe buying time to see what the doctors say on Jordan Love. Got a half commercial break here as they're showing what's going on at the game. That's to be definitely something to keep an eye on. If he's out for this game, oof. And that was his left shoulder that they're looking at there after getting hit by Demetrius Flanagan fouls. So we'll see. But they're all in huddle right now. Jay says he was terrible on the Titans, but played pretty well for Green Bay last season. I don't know if he played so well as if they just won with him, not because of him, but with him. I don't want to say in spite of him because, your quarterback, there's kind of no way not to be involved with it. Let me go real quick here to the game logs here, and we'll go to that real quick. But first, we got 2nd and 16 coming up here. And quick run. And that's going to be a decent run by Chris Brooks, their backup. Now, looking at Malik Willis here real quick for you guys on the stats. I got a freaking light in the way. I got too many damn screens. Let's see. Yeah, nothing too crazy. That's for damn sure. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8. See, this defense can stop it, and they're going to run the ball. Yep, when Malik Willis a design run, and he's going to get out of bounds around the 16-yard line. So was going to be potentially a good stop here for the Giants. Jay says so many Giants fans wanted him. Yeah, they definitely wanted Malik Willis. Okay, here we go. His stats. If you go to his stats and his starts, let's see here. 122 yards against the Colts, 202 against the Titans. So that's the 2 games he started. So yeah, I mean, again, he's not a good quarterback, guys. All right, here we go. Handing the ball off to Josh Jacobs, which is probably his best move right now. Going to get about 4 yards, maybe 5. And Jordan Love is going into the tunnel. That means more to check out. That means it might be getting to Willis here the rest of the way. This could be a huge thing for the Giants here. Huge thing. But the big thing right now is his defense got to stop this offense here right now from scoring a touchdown. But Jason, would you trade Jordan Love for Jackson Dart right now? No. Would not. I would actually take Jackson Dart. Younger, higher potential. Love's having problems with Fuller, who got along with Aaron Rodgers. So that just tells you how much of a player's coach he is. So, all right, 2nd and 4 here. They're taking their time setting up this one. That's for damn sure. As the first quarter is down to the last minute here. It's going to be a big, big move for this game here. Getting 3 instead of 4 is a massive difference. Instead of 3 instead of 7 is a massive difference to this defense. And up and yep, they got to get the first down here. So first down on a catch here from John Fitzpatrick, the backup tight end. And yeah, I mean, wide open. That was Dane Belt on the coverage. And this is why I keep telling you guys, Dane Belt makes big plays on both sides. Wide open. And keep in mind, that's basically a 3rd string tight end. It's not like it's a great, backup tight end. It's a 3rd. All right, here we go. First and goal here. And so they're doing a change a quarter here. So let's see. We got around the league here. The NFL scores. All right, so let's see here. Obviously, besides ours right now, 7-0 Giants at the end of the first, with the Packers about to get their first score. Titans are up 3-0 here with the first quarter just about to end here. On the actually just did end. Actually, I should say Titans up 3-0 on the Texans. Into the start of the second quarter, there just under 13 minutes left to go in the second. The Falcons and Panthers both tied at 7. The Vikings, with the first quarter ending, is up 3-0 on the Bears. Jags 7-3 on the Chargers. Bills 7-3 on the Bucks, and the Steelers up 7-6 on the Bengals, guys. So, like I said, a lot of close games here. Nothing's kind of pulled away yet at all. The biggest lead actually is the Giants right now, which is crazy, but obviously that'll be changing here just momentarily when this happens here. Whatever's going to happen, assuming we don't get an interception, it'd be a great time for an interception or a fumble recovery. Just saying, it'd be a spectacular time. But overall, this defense, listen, Malik Willis being in there, if Malik Willis is able to destroy this defense, we're in trouble, guys. And honestly, I kind of like that Malik Willis is in there, because if the Packers do really well against us, that's more fuel to them to get rid of Shane Bowen midseason. It's time. No more Bowen. Like, if you can't stop Malik Willis, that is all the signs you need that it's time to move on. Like, that's about as legit as it gets right there. Like, that's bad. Like, yeah. So let's take a look here. Like I said, everything else pretty close here. Jesus, I don't think in-season firing helps much. I think it does with defensive coordinator. I do, and I don't like to ever go for somebody's job or say stuff like that, but yeah, I think it does when it comes to Shane Bowen, point blank, because it's bad. It's just really bad. At this point, that they got to figure out something to stop this guy from the crazy antics of what he does. It's just not a good situation for his defense. Guys play at a pace that are too much separation. You see it every single game. All right, so start of the second. Malik Willis under center. And here we go. It's going to be a run. And it is a run. And it is a touchdown. Haven't seen the call yet, official. Nope, they're saying he's short. He's down to the 1 yard line. Second and goal. And here we go. Second and goal. Give me another run. And nope, they're just stop him again. Where has this Giants defense been my whole life? So third and goal. And one thing I'm noticing on that play, look at the Abdul Carter getting pushed back. Like, not even, they're really run to his side, nowhere near the play. That's a bad look. Like I said, this is a big game for Abdul Carter to show up and show he deserved to be at number 3 overall pick. Third and goal. Here we go. I got to imagine other runs coming. Nope. And I think it's caught. It's caught. It's a touchdown. That's a touchdown for the Packers here. So we're going to have a tie game here just momentarily. Touchdown to Christian Watson on Deonte Banks, of course. Who would have thought? Deonte Banks. And Banks had his arm up, that's for sure. I guess you give him some kind of credit there, but oof. I mean, that should have been easy to pop out. Look at his hands on that thing. Watch the replay. Brian Burns and the hit, by the way, Malik Willis as he's throwing it. But again, if this defense can't stop Malik Willis, that's bad. That's a really bad thing. Yeah. Jason, that was good coverage. It is what it is. Like I said, not bad coverage. It's just the punch out was pretty bad. It was that ball was not very well held onto. I just don't think he was able to see where to go. If you watch this replay, he couldn't really see because he had helmet in the way and all. But at that point, just start flailing your arms around. Go like that, try to punch it out. Like, do what you got to do. Don't go like, All right, let's see where we're at for the rest of these games here going on. I'm going to refresh real quick to make sure we get everything up to date for you guys. Still 3-0 Titans over the Texans here. 13.5 minutes left to go in the second. Still tied up, just under 9 minutes to go in the second for the Falcons and Panthers 7. Vikings looks like still up 3-0 on the Bears. That just started the second quarter. Jaguars now up 7-3 on the Chargers. 11.5 to go in the second there. The Bucks now gone up on the Bills at the start of the second quarter here, and the Steelers 7, Bengals 6 right now. So again, that's a really nice tight close game as well. So like I said, all the games are real today's been pretty close so far. I'm liking that. Hell, even the 9 o'clock one is like it was going to overtime. That's good. Let's see here. At the end of this, I'm so surprised that Banks let up a touchdown. He said, Drew, you're making excuses for a bum. I'm not making excuses. Point blank. He couldn't see. He should have filled his arm around more. I said that. Dwayne says, why do we keep playing Banks? It truly makes no sense anymore. He's awful because we don't have a healthy Paulson Adebo and our backups suck. This is why I keep on saying we need to trade down in this draft. Everybody talks about, oh, we need this. We need another top receiver. We need this. We need that. No, we got to fill up depth, guys. We have to fill up depth. Anthony says, who do you want to play, Dwayne? Corey Black? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jay says, man, I wish there was a pay service. Get rid of all these idiotic insurance commercials. Well, you can lower your insurance by 10%. So by switching to Geico. Jay says that was good coverage. The dude made a play. That's it. It was good coverage, but again, he could have moved his arm around more. That wasn't exactly the tightest the tightest hold he had on that football. It's just he didn't punch out in the right spot there because he just half-assed it, basically. Dwayne says, Art Green, Corey Black, Liddy, anyone else. Well, Black and Banks are kind of the same category for me. So I'll take that. But Art Green, is he even active? Let's see here. I know he was injured, a little while ago there. Let me see. Trying to take a look here real quick for you guys here. I thought he was injured still. Of course, playing Green Bay is trying to look up Art Green. Just totally ruins it. Not coming up on the transactional list any way, shape, or form, even though it came up. To look it up there. Art Green's on the IR. I thought so. So he's on the IR, so he can't play. So literally, that's all we got. He said, I'll suit up right now. Yeah. I got the kickoff, by the way. Is that a missed extra point or missing while we're looking up everything on? 7-6 now. So we're up by a point still. That's what I get for using the TV screen to look up Art Green for Dwayne here. And there's Banks there with the return, taking a big hit to the back. Woo. And it looks like the defender hurt his shoulder there. He's on the ground tapping his shoulder. That's Aaron Mosby, the backup defensive lineman. So back to commercial break again. Jason says, how the F do you get hit in the back on a kick return? By turning around. That's how. He tried a spin move. I don't know why. Dwayne says, damn it, put Hyatt on defense. Literally anyone but Banks would be better. How about a Gunnar Olszewski? He looked not too bad, right? Jay says, how the F... Oh, yeah, we did that one. Jay Snow said, Abdul Carter's been terrible at setting the edge today. Yes, he's a pass rusher. It's what he is. I'm starting to see that more and more. He's a pass rusher. Not necessarily a full-on um, a full on defender like that. Dwayne says muted. You saying I'm muted or looking for clarification? I looks like I'm not muted on my end. Jason Snow says it's Deontay Banks. Anything's possible with him. Yes. That's as brutal as a number 3 pick. Yeah. I mean, honestly, our drafting overall, like last year looked like a really good class, and none of those are really progressing. It's hard for me to really judge a lot of these players until we get a real coaching staff in here. It's definitely a situation where I feel like we see more and more now players succeeding elsewhere, and it's been years of this now, and it's just to the point where I'm just like I can't even blame the players anymore. Like, okay, this player is not playing well. Well, no one plays well here. So we'll find out. As Anthony says, I'm not judging Cardinal. Bowen's gone. Yep. Jay says resigning Kayvon to let him play linebacker, I guess. And Jay says that's why Shane can't stay. Well, I mean, in all fairness, and I don't want Shane to stay, let me be very clear. That's not Shane, that's the coaching staff. If you're not progressing the players, that's the coaching staff. Jay says, or go to rob the Golden Corral and get that weight up. Anthony said, I feel like he's being told to hold back. He hasn't been allowed to attack in most games. Jay says, Shane's a punk. Jason O'Carter's missed tackle rate in college was cheeks. Yes, it was. So it is what it is, unfortunately, there. So let's take a look here. Giants still up 1 point now. Is that a free play there? Tracy going to 1st and 10. I thought it was going to be a free play. I don't see a flag. It must not have crossed the plane. Defender at the bottom of the screen definitely moved early. So 2nd and 9 incoming. All right, here we are. Shotgun formation for Winston. Wandale moving down towards the bottom of your screen. Fakes the handoff to Tracy. He's on the run, and he's tossing it out to Wandale. Decent run for a second drive. There's going to have about 2-3 yards left to go for a first down. So makes it a much more manageable third down. Third and 3. Kafka's got to work on his thinking face. Like, he's got to work on that thinking face on the sideline now. You're a head coach, man. 3rd and 3. Quick catch out to Wandale Robinson for the first. Oh, no, they're saying didn't catch it. Still juggling the ball. Wow. Let's see. Let's see the replay in this. Couldn't really see it. Here we go. Here's the replay. Ball there. Ball there. He's got it. It looks like underneath it might have been kind of moving to see if they got the other angle. Okay, there we go. And of course, you got the player there. Can't see it. I think he had it. He had it. Challenge that. Challenge that. Wow, they didn't challenge it. And effed up that punt. So ball goes to the 41-yard line. That should have been challenged. There's a flag coming. Holding on the returning team. There's been a couple of bad punts lately on Jamie Gillum here. But look at that. That's a catch. That should have been challenged. We had the bad challenge before with Josh Jacobs. You could see in the replay he had a little bit of green in between his foot. Yeah, that's why they make that's why they make the actual border white, so it's easier to see where the green is. Yeah, that was just a bad mistake there by Kafka to not challenge that one there. So 2 bad challenge moves, I'll say. One challenge that shouldn't have been challenged. Now one that didn't get challenged that should have been challenged. So, all right, let's see. Let's see. We got any updates here on scores around the league. Is Jason says, yeah, we can't evaluate talent at all. It's not the evaluation issue. That's not the problem. Its problem is that we can't develop it. Jay says, why doesn't Rob do the stream? I question his dedication to the goofballs. That's because two reasons. This week he's at the game. And two, he watches them with the family. He's got a little family tradition. So my wife hates football. Therefore, I watch it with y'all. It is what it is. Let's see here. Let's see the updates here. All right, so let's see. We got the Titans up 3-0 on the Texans. Panthers are now down. The Falcons have gone on top. They're 14-7. Vikings up 3-0 on the Bears. Jaguars still up by 1.76 on the Chargers. The Bills are up 14-10 on the Bucks, and the Steelers are up 7-6 on the Bengals there. Jason's the pressure cooker lady hates football. It's just the pressure cooker lady. Let's oh my gosh. Let's see. Dwayne says Scottish hammer my ass. Jamie Gillum is another one. Get him off the field. And he was doing good for a while. And I was like, listen, I was the biggest hater of the Scottish hammer back in 2022. The last 2 seasons he's been doing better, but he has shanked a couple of bad ones. But we just have so many needs, guys. There's so many needs. It's not even funny. But yeah, punter is one I wouldn't mind an upgrade on at this point. And it's sad because I thought we would finally have one for a while there when he did the last 2 years, but definitely not a good punt. And just, I'm not sure if it was duffed or intended there. I hope that wasn't intended. That's a bad outcome if that's what the intention was. Jordan Love, by the way, is back out. They're showing him there. I don't know if that's a replay or live, but they're showing him on the sidelines. Oh yeah, here he is back. There he is back out in the game. 1st and 10 here. All right, here we are. And quick run there on 1st down. Goes to Emmanuel Wilson, the backup running back. So 2nd down incoming here. See, Josh Jacobs, by the way, is still in the locker room, questionable to return. So, listen, this might be good for us. 2nd and 6 here. Love back to pass. All the time in the world. And dropped again by Romeo Doubs. Wow. Romeo Doubs is like 2nd big drop for him. Yeah, literally hits him right in the hands. 2nd time. Giants have really, the last 2 weeks, been benefiting from drop catches. So first the Bears game last week with a lot of drops. And now this. You see Corey Black out there, by the way. You guys were asking about him earlier. All right, here we go. And that was not dropped. That's a 1st down there. See the replay? Throwing a little behind, but Dane Belton was just not in position to make the play on Christian Watson. Jesus can't get any pressure. Yep. That's the problem right now. You can't give Love the time of the world. You see what happens when you get somebody in his face. He's not making the right throws. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Love toss the ball wide open. Golden. What the hell was that? Let's see that. You see Golden on the 2nd guy moving towards the outside. And wow. Is that Flott he's confused? Yeah, Flott. Flott messed up the coverage. Flott was the deep guy on that side. He never going to realize it. So ball's now at the 45-yard line. Running the ball in first down. Going to get about a yard or two. That was a big, big play for Flott to give up. All right, here we go. Second down at 8. Got Chapman out there. Why is Chapman in the house? You see him there, so talking about Carter. It's crazy. You got a guy that goes picked up from our practice squad, and you start putting him in, and there he is playing like legit downs. Usually that's not what happens. Usually you bring up the practice squad guy for just in case. Just shows you how our depth is like insanity. Jordan Love, quick toss out. Good hustle, good play by Flott. They just have the incompletion, so we got 3rd and 8 incoming. And you know what? I'll take that back. That should have been a catch. That's Devontae Wicks there. I always F up his name. It's weirdly spelled. But yeah. That's a lot of drop balls here today. 3rd and 8. Shotgun formation here for Jordan Love. And quick toss out. And it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Looks like they're giving him the first down for Dobbs. Nope. They're going to... Yeah, okay. They are going to say he has it. Yep. Bad replay angles in this game. All right. And we got Corey Black down, getting evaluated. Just putting another corner down. Got a lot of guys getting out of this game. Not good. As you see all the cheeseheads in the audience. Cheeseheads, and more cheeseheads. They're replaying the Bucks here. Sean Tucker with a touchdown. Bucks are back up again. So let's take a look at the scores here as they're doing that. Oh, they're back to our game now. Oh, Corey Black's still there. Punching the ground. He's having trouble. He's hurting getting up. So we're going to be down at the corner, guys. You don't go from having trouble getting off the ground and wincing in pain as you're coming off the sidelines to coming back in the game a couple plays later. Anthony says, at what point did we turn Hyatt into a CB? No, Gunnar Olszewski. Remember that punch out he had last week? Gunnar Olszewski. You see Jameis Winston there. Trying to pump up the offensive line. Jesus, would you trade Dart for Baker Mayfield right now? I probably would. I mean, the money thing's the problem. The rookie deal's hard to give up, but I probably would for Baker. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. And here we go. And it'll be a run for stopping about 2 yards. It's Wilson on the run. About 3 or 4 Giants in there. Who don't know who you give it to. Anthony says, Jay, I wouldn't trade Dar for anyone other than Mahomes or Allen. You wouldn't trade him for Joe Burrow? Lamar Jackson? Saying this. But Jason's not hoping Dart's ceiling is higher than Baker. Yeah, but his floor is lower. That's the problem we run into. All right, here we go. Jordan Love takes the handoff. And he's going to float it. Oh, my God. Who was that on the coverage? Who was that in that coverage to Dobbs? Fell for the QB run. Let the receiver get wide open. Let's see this replay. That's Bobby Okereke. Why is Bobby Okereke on coverage for Romeo Doubs? First off. Wow. That's bad. Okay, here we go again. 1st and 10. So now they got the ball about the 11.5-yard line. That's oof. And looks like a touchdown. There's a touchdown we just gave up. Banks just like carried him in basically. That's oh my gosh. This defense is just absolutely just pissing me off. We make this the game that's the last swan song here for freaking Shane Bowen because clearly the change of head coach is not fixing the defense. Like this is just bad, guys. Look at this. Chapman misses him. He runs right by Burns, goes into Banks. Banks just like grabs his jersey and lets him get right in the end zone. And here's the extra point. And he made that one. So Packers now up by 6. Here's the replay again. Absolutely horrendous. Javon Holland. I'm sorry. It was Javon Holland, not Burns. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. It's like, how are you supposed to come up and win a game when you can't even freaking stop the goddamn offense that you're playing every week to score? Like, I just don't understand. Like, absolutely goddamn insane. Like, but you know, it is what it is. Dwayne says, "What is Okereke doing?" I don't know. I've been asking myself that now for this is the second year in a row. His first year, he looked so goddamn good. Looks so good. He did not look good last year, and we called him out effort wise sometimes. Then we found out he was injured for part of the year, and I'm like, okay, maybe the injury was part of what it was. He's stacking up tackles, but he's not actually making plays. He's that guy. But you look at the tackles and go, oh, he looks like he's playing really good. Like he got 100 some odd tackles, but he's not playing good. He's got to go, and he's got a big contract. He'll be gone at the end of the year. That's for damn sure. But you know, it is what it is. Dwayne is covering a guy that's covered in the line. Javon Holland just stood there and watched. Yep, like I said, this is what it is. Our whole defense just sucks, guys. This is why I really, really want a new coordinator right now because I wanted to see what the hell is going on with this defense with an actual, you know, defensive coordinator. So we can actually judge, like, how are we supposed to judge these players, this crappy defense scheme and this crappy coordinator in charge of the defense? Like, how do you at the end of the year come back and go, oh, this person played like this and that person played like you have no goddamn clue because they're all being played out of position. They're all playing horrendous. You know, it's just crap. It is what it is. Corey Black, by the way, hand injury, they're saying he's officially questionable to return. I'm a little weirded out by when they say hand injury. Why was he having trouble getting up with a hand injury? You know, like that just doesn't make any sense. Like he wasn't trying to get up with a bad hand, I assume. He has a good hand still. Jason says we haven't been able to stop the run for years. Yep. 100% haven't been. I said Marquand Manuel, guys. That's a name to keep an eye on. That's our secondary coach. He was the defensive coordinator a few years ago for the Falcons. As we get the return coming here, and Banks taking it out again, getting it to about the 32-yard line. But yeah, you got Marco Emanuel. He said a couple of years ago was the Falcons defensive coordinator. You also got the former Vikings defensive coordinator in Andre Patterson, co-defensive coordinator he was. So my only issue with him is I don't know if he called plays and all that kind of stuff. Like Kafka's not going to call plays. I don't know well enough to know the Vikings to know what Patterson's role was as a co-defensive coordinator. But I need a real defensive coordinator so we can evaluate the talent here for the rest of it. All right, here we go. Tracy going to get a couple yards in first down. Give me 2nd and 8. Jace's friend of the show. All right, let's see. 2nd and 7, so they give him 3 yards at least. I guess we get something going our way. Extra yard. All right, got single back formation. Got Wanda lined up almost like a tight end there at the end of the line. And here we go. Tracy's going to get stopped for about -1 yard. So there goes that yard I thought we had gained. So 3rd and 8 we're going to have here. Let's see here. Jay says, did Bobby Skinner pay that Dr. Evil looking guy to be a co-host? You're talking about the football grump, by the way. Friend of the show. He has been on the show as well. So he says, you would have been great doing a show with Bobby Skinner. You want me to get rid of Rob? Is that what you're saying? Jay's over here advocating. Like, Rob's not here. Let's get rid of him. Oh, my gosh. All right, so 3rd and 7 coming. Let's see. And shotgun formation here. They're just taking their time, reading this defense. Looks at the bottom of the screen is the side I'm looking to go towards. Flag on the play. Got to think it's a false start because they stopped it. Yep. So Jermaine Illuminor in the false start. So way to make a bad situation worse here. Yep, he definitely was moving too quick. Remember, Jay, when you said you wanted a clean game? Not a lot of penalties at all. You saw a false start. And then on this play here, Jameis Winston just had to explain to Theo Johnson he's on the wrong side of the ball. And they're going to go for a screen for Tracy. That's always a little risky on 3rd down, but he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Down to the 50-yard line. Woof. That looked like it was 3rd and 12. It looked like a really bad start. And then all of a sudden, he gets about 20 yards in that screen. Good job by Tracy to get out of that first tackler. Let's watch the replay here. And oof, that was, the big issue there was that initial block that was supposed to be there by John Michael Schmitz. JMS just totally just screwed it up. Or that would have been an even bigger play here. Jameis Winston, shotgun formation here, handed the ball off to Tracy on 1st down. Tracy gets hit almost immediately at the line of scrimmage there, but gets a few yards in that. Got about 4 or 5 yards. There we go. Forget them all 5. 2nd and 5 coming. Anthony says, so depressing we have to get the silent count at home. Yeah. I don't know if this is really a home game right now, guys. Might be a 50-50 kind of area. Shotgun formation again, 2nd and 5 here for Winston. And quick toss out to, I couldn't even see who it was. It was so quick, that toss. Looks like Wando. Hodgins again. Okay. And how I got those two confused. About a foot height difference, that's all. But yeah, Isaiah Hodgins, 2 catches already. Making his impact. All right, quick on the 1st down here. Run out to Tracy. He's going to get a few yards. They're trucking. I think about 4 or 5 yards again. Tracy's having a good game here, guys. Got 3 guys to take him down. 4th guy finally comes in and gets him down. That's the Tracy we saw last year, guys. That's the Tracy we saw last year. 2nd and 5. Listen, you get 5 yards on 1st down. The rest of that drive should be a whole lot easier, They have a lot of shade in this game, too. It's like so dark on the screen, even. 2nd and 5. Quick toss to Hodgins again. They've been right near that 1st down marker. I think he's going to be just shy. Let's see if they give it to him. Yeah, just shy of it. Going to be about a yard to go. So 3rd and 1 incoming here. 3rd catch by Hodgins already today. So he's already beating out a lot of the guys that were on here in the first half. Said, I don't know why we didn't get this guy sooner. How many episodes we talk about going to get him? Insanity. Knows the offense, fits in well. 3rd and 1. Big play here. Jameis. Oh my God, it's fighting. Sheesh. On a 3rd and 1, he gets like 6 yards on that thing. Don't tell me Jameis Winston doesn't want to win this game. So there it is. We start off like the 28-yard line. Get all the way down to the 18-yard. That's 10 yards. Damn. 1st and 10 for the Giants here. Now, expect a little slower now. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. We want to get the ball back to the Packers, but not a lot of time left. So, with a tick, tick, tick situation here. 2 minutes, 12 seconds. You got to expect they're going to go ahead and do a get it down to the 2-minute warning here. As Jay says, tush push more like the crab walk. My gosh. It'd only be good if it was if called a crab walk on a free play. As we got 2-minute warning here, guys, officially. So let's get back to the rest of the scores here and see what we got going on. So let's see. Titans still up 3-0 on the Texans. They just got out of their 2-minute warning. That's crazy. Falcons up 21-7 on the Panthers. You just never know what the Falcons, what the hell they're going to do week to week. Bears up just at their 2-minute warning as well. 10-3 on the Vikings. Jaguars up 14-6 on the Chargers, just about to go into halftime there, 15 seconds left. Jags do have the ball, but they're also with the Jags too, so can't expect anything here. Bucks up 17-14 on the Bills with a minute 17 left to go in the first half. Again, still 7-6 on the Bengals and Steelers here. Steelers up by 1 point with 1.5 left to go in their first half as well. So Jason's re-signed a little bit of a draft to wide receiver 1 and 2nd round. Get the nastiest guard you can. Let's see. Depends. I'm always going to tell you what draft. Get the best person available. Unless it's a ridiculous position. Like don't get another quarterback in the first round. You got one. That kind of situation. But for the most part, draft the best player available. Excuse me, I need that second cup of coffee. I had to wake up early today. I got to start the new job tomorrow, so I was trying to get my hours changed around. So I got like 4 hours sleep. Chase is not Drew. Only 4 good teams can draft BPA. Well, it's also how you become a good team. Jason says we need a real linebacker. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. That's definitely going to be a need this offseason, whether it's going to be a draft or not. I mean, we'll find out. Jason, we did that with Carter. Great job, Drew. Yeah, I didn't advocate for Carter. You guys remember, you're there enough, Jay, to know our draft coverage. I said point blank I wouldn't go near Carter. The attitude issue scared me with the whole the tow truck driver guy. The injury scared me. I didn't necessarily want him. I see the talent, but we'll see what he is. But I said point blank I wouldn't go near him. But I was the fool saying we were going to go Shedeur Sanders third of all. So what do I know? But to be very frank with you, knowing what I know now, that we weren't interested in getting Shedeur Sanders and the stuff that happened. Honestly, I probably would have traded it down if I could, and if not, I would have actually probably gone for Mason Graham. Try to stop the run already. But we'll see. He's not having the greatest year with the Browns either. So let's see. Here we go. 2nd and 7. He said, I expect a lot of runs here, guys. And they're passing on this one. And trying to force the ball in. There's a flag on Theo Johnson. That's going to be a pass interference. So that should be a nice play for us here. Isaiah McDuffie on the covers there. The linebacker for the Packers. But let's see. Going to replay it here. Yeah, I mean, place at the 1 yard line. Woo. All kinds of penalties in this thing. Jay says people get really bullish in the Green Bay DC. I call bollocks in that. He got bombed out at BC. He didn't do good at Boston College, and he's a Jersey boy, so a lot of people like him for that. I want a proven coach. Point blank. First and goal. Here we go. Devin Singletary's going to lose a yard. So 2nd and 2 incoming. Now the big thing is watch tick 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 tick. They're gonna bring the clock all the way down if they're smart. If they're smart. See, there's a Theo Johnson on the botched block there. Trying to see who had Cooper originally. All right, here we go. Here's the overhead shot they're giving us there. Why don't they have this during the tush push for the refs? 2nd and goal. And touchdown. There we go. There we go.
All hail the New York Giants.
There we go. There we go. Giants now tied it up 13-13. Obviously, extra point incoming will put us in the lead. Like I said, guys, Devin Singletary is the guy they trust. You need a yard or two. You need a goal line, a 3rd and 1. Singletary is the guy they'll put in every time over Tracy. And extra point is good. So yes, we are officially up by 1 point. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go in the half, guys. So listen, anything can happen with this defense. But the fact that the Giants are even in this close in this game, oof. But I keep on saying, Giants, every single one of these games, the Giants are in there. Hold on, there's a flag. They're doing screen to screen. There's a flag. They're not telling us what the flag is or anything. Looks like it's going to be towards the kickoff because I think they would kill the commercial if that was the case. But no, there's Coop back out there. Personal foul. For some reason, their closed captioning is not working. So there we go. Personal foul. New York's going to have to re-kick. Said personal foul on the cake. I'm not sure what that means. On the cake. So now it becomes a long extra point. And we botched it. Oh my gosh. The kicking team again. Let's see. A horrible. That's not even what the hell kind of kick is that? What the hell? Why do we have such an issue with kicking the goddamn ball? Like, why has this been this much of an issue for so long? Like, all goddamn season long. Like, oh my God. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Rodrigo Blankenship, guys. Rodrigo Blankenship. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring Hot Rod back to the NFL, guys. I'm telling you. Like, that's where we need to go at this point here. So let me see if I can pull up his stats from last year. He's with the St. Louis Battlehawks of the UFL. Let's see. Here we go. 21 of 22 field goals. Longest is 56 yards. And like I said, he had a decent career with Indy for a couple of years too as well. And then they let him go. But I mean, we just need somebody like actually just kick the ball for now. Jesus, sign that homie that gets the massages, Justin Tucker. No, we're not doing that. I want no part of that. Seriously. I'll put it this way. We signed Justin Tucker. This podcast is done. Like that's what kind of stance I have on Justin Tucker. That guy's a goddamn freaking sexual assault guy. Like, no, I'm good. I want nowhere to do with that. There's certain guys that if the Giants ever signed them, I'd be done. Would move on from the team. That's one of them right there. Same as Deshaun Watson. So no rapists in the team. So 1st and 10 for the Packers. We're now tied up. And you see a lot of empty seats, by the way, there. Wow. Ball's at the 28-yard line to start. Shotgun formation for Love. Got Watson in motion. And woo. Got some pressure. But Romeo Dobbs with that first down. It's Abdul Carter on the pressure, by the way. 1st and 10. I want to have people that cover people. That's just, more pressure. This time Banks in the coverage on Dobbs and didn't get it, but who got him that time? Let's see. See if they replay this one. Here we go. Dexter Lawrence getting home. That's another one. Should have been caught. Dobbs should have caught that too. Wow. So many goddamn drops. Got the whole entire medical team out there. Tell you, Jordan Love's gonna start hearing footsteps soon. The way this pass rush getting him. It's funny because like certain drives were just like no pass rush, but every other drives pass rush, not pass rush. Jesus Carr is a really strange player. I can't remember a dude like this who's crazy pass rushing skills, but nothing else. Not only that, crazy pass rushing skills, but no sacks. Like nothing. Can't seal, can't tackle. Yeah. Can't seal a sack, though, either. It's part of the problem. That's what I'm saying. Oh, let's see. Jordan Love, empty backfield, by the way, guys. Golden moving towards the top. They have all the receivers in the top end there. Love fell down. And nice job. Oh, my God. Is that a fumble? The Giants just get the ball back? Demetrius Flanagan and Fowles got the fumble there. Let's see. Yep, they're saying it's a fumble. Woo. Here we go. Turnover. 30 seconds still left, by the way, guys. Look at that. Bad snap. Love steps on it. Throws it out quick. And the ball, yep. Woo. Musgrave just literally just lost the ball. I guess wasn't expecting it. Wow. That's big, guys. It means no matter what, we're going to go in at least tied. Assuming Jameis Winston doesn't pick six it. And who is on the outside? Is that Burns on the outside getting close to him? So that's Flanagan and Fowles with the fumble recovery and the forced fumble as well on top of that. They're both reviewing it, though. That's got to be a fumble. Let's see. Yeah, see, it was out before his knee hit. See? If you watch that, he was doing a football motion, and it came out before the knee hit. Here we go. Anthony says Flanagan Fowles playing with the reasonable. Yeah, he's been doing very good. What? Call reversed. Come on. Goddamn ridiculous. Goddamn ridiculous. That's a fumble all day long. I swear the refs just fucking hate us. Like, did John Mara not make a donation to the Retired Rest Foundation or something? Like, what the hell? This is goddamn ridiculous. That was a freaking fumble. They get any points off this drive, I'm going to flip my shit like you wouldn't believe. So 3rd and 10 instead. Thanks to the refs effing us over again. Shotgun formation for Love. And falls down, gets touched by Burns. So we'll see what they score that as. Giants call timeout, 24 seconds left. Let's see they show the replay. Yeah, Burns will get the sack for that, I think. But that's just goddamn ridiculous. We should have had that goddamn turnover. All righty. So it looks like we'll be going into a tie game now instead of potentially trying to go for a quick field goal. Not that we'd make the field goals. We have no freaking kicker that can kick for shit, but it's absolutely goddamn ridiculous. Something to keep an eye on. The snaps have not been good to the punters today. Ball goes out about the 25-yard line. 26, 27. Maybe 28. So 20 seconds left to go. I don't know what you want to do as far as that. I mean, Giants got the ball first, so therefore that means the Packers will get the ball after the half. So, I mean, take your shot. You got a touchdown. I mean, you got a timeout, so take your shot. You see the wins in this game, though. Oof. We're kidding about 30-mile wins. They're going to kneel it. Go right with the tie there into the halftime. It's a safe bet. I still have taken one shot. But that's been the Giants for you. They played to not lose as opposed to playing to win. So, all right, guys. As always, halftime. So we're going to go ahead and pay the bills real quick, and then we're right back to go over everything going on around the games here, along with giving you guys stats and updates here on this first half for this Giants-Packers game going into halftime, tied 13-all.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All righty, guys. So let's get into, first off, you guys, the roundup of all the scores going around. You got the Titans up 3-0 on the Texans at halftime. Falcons up 21-7 on the Panthers at halftime there. So biggest blowout so far this week here. So Vikings are down right now. The Bears are up 10-3 on them at halftime as well. Already started in the third quarter here. We got 13 minutes left to go in the third quarter, so just 2 minutes in. Jaguars up 14-6 on the Chargers. Definitely an easy, safe pick with the Chargers right now with their offensive line being all banged up again for the Jaguars to win this one here. At halftime, Bucks up on the Bills 17-14. And at halftime, the Steelers are up 7-6 on the Bengals. Let's go real quick here to our score. As I said, 13-13 at halftime here. So let's get into the player stats here. First off, on the Packers side, Jordan Love is 6 of 13, 75 yards. Really bad game for him right now, the way it's looking. 2 of 2, Malik Willis in the short time he had there, 6 yards, including the 1 touchdown. Running wise, Josh Jacobs is still the leading rusher here for the Packers. Again, he's been out with an injury here for much of this game. 7 carries, 40 yards. Emmanuel Wilson, 4 carries, 18 yards. The 117 for Bo Melton, 1 for 16 for Malik Willis, 1 for 8 for Chris Brooks, and 3 for 7 for Jordan Love. On the receiving side, Romeo Dobbs, 3 catches, 40 yards. Again, he's had a couple big drops, though, too. He easily could be having like a 60, 70-yard first half there if he made his catches. Matthew Golden, 1 catch, 24 yards. Christian Watson, 2 for 13, including that touchdown. John Fitzpatrick, 1 for 5. And Luke Musgrave, 1 for -1. Should have a fumble with him as well, but the ref screwed us as usual. On their defensive side, the only guy they have with 2 tackles is Javon Bulland. Not really much to speak of on their side at all there. I mean, it's craziness there. It's just been very bad defensive game all around here for both sides, I feel like. Jameis Winston, 8 of 11, 86 yards right now on the day. Tyrone Tracy, 8 carries, 27 yards. Devin Singletary, 6 for 16, including 2 touchdowns. Obviously, his yard average is way down because of a couple attempts there at the goal line. Interestingly enough, the second touchdown he got, if you guys didn't realize, that was Elijah Chapman as the fullback on that play as well to help lead the way for that touchdown, that second touchdown. Jameis Winston, 2 for 9. Receiving wise, Isaiah Hodgins, fresh off the Steelers practice squad, is our top receiver right now in the day. 3 catches, 32 yards. Wandale, 2 for 26. Tyrone Tracy, 2 for 24. 1 for 4 for Jalen Hyatt. On the defensive side, Bobby Okereke leading the way with 4 tackles on the day. Also another 4 tackles for Dane Belton. 3 tackles, 1 assist for Javon Holland. 2 and 1 for Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, who should have also gotten a forced fumble, but they took it away. Everybody else 1 or none as far as that. Brian Burns is credited with that 1 sack as well. So we got the 1 sack here on the day. So, I mean, all in all, guys, listen, I can't complain. I can't complain at all with the way this half has gone. I mean, we're tied up. I wish we had gotten the other extra points. We'd be up by the 1 point right now. But, listen, if I think if any of us got told, hey, we're going to do, at the end of the half, we're going to be tied 13-13, be right there with them. I think most Giants fans would sign up for that. Should the bar be set higher, we should be wanting to win. But yeah, we're tied first half. I can't complain too much with that. Let's be honest, the Packers are a better team than the Giants. I think if anybody thinks otherwise, you're just crazy. You're kidding yourself. So, I'll take it. I think the big thing we got to look at right now, as far as how to fix some of the issues, we got to stop the run, guys. And that's been the issue all goddamn year long. 106 yards right now on the ground for the Packers. That's an issue. 13 first downs. It's an issue. 5 of 7 on third downs. It's an issue. So, I mean, and they got the time possession by a good minute on us because of that. That's the only major complaint I have right now. And I said it's a big complaint, to be honest. It's just this defense as a whole, guys. And we're doing good jobs at times getting pressure on Jordan Love, though occasionally we're not getting any pressure on him at all. But for the most part, we're getting some pressure on him. But my biggest concern right now is the fact that can't stop the run. And Josh Jacobs is out. That's 40% of their yards. So hopefully that helps us going forward. We'll find out what happens with this. But you've had Josh Jacobs out, you've had Jordan Love out. This is a situation that point blank the Giants should be up. Should be up. But overall, I can't complain if you got 2 touchdowns. So it's not the offense I'm complaining when I say that. It's the defense. Because if you think about this, I mean, hypothetically, double your score, 26 points. If we scored 26 points a week, we'd be happy, right? That's this reality of the situation. But you got to be able to figure out a way. Got to be able to figure out a way to stop the run. Make this team one-dimensional. Because that one dimension is not doing so good right now. They're not passing the ball very well against us. So, we've got to figure out a way to get that part of it done. We get that done. This is a team we could beat right now. Be nice to leave here with Mike Kafka getting getting his first win as a head coach, right? Set the tone right. Get Jackson Dart back next week healthy, and we got to face the Lions, which is obviously a tougher matchup here. No disrespect meant to the Packers, but let's be honest, the Lions are a tougher team to beat. So, I'm curious to see what happens here overall. But right now, my biggest concern is getting this stuff done the right way. Getting the run stopped. Taking advantage of bad situations at times. Like we haven't had close calls and sacking the quarterback too. This defense is so close to making some plays here, guys. So close to making plays. So, we'll have to see what happens. Anthony says Laporta's on the IR, so that helps for next week. Yeah, I mean, that definitely doesn't hurt, that's for sure. But Tucker Kraft's on the IR right now for the Packers. You can make the case that both of them are, pretty decently matched up. So, we'll see what happens. But this, like I said, as long as this defense is playing the way it's playing, the other team has a shot always. And what scares me is we've come back. We've let teams come back from big leads. Look at the lead we gave up to the Broncos, came back from. Look at the lead we gave up to the Bears had last week. Look at the leads that we gave up, with the Saints. And now we're tied. So, not going to complain that we're tied. That's for goddamn sure. But I'm definitely not going to sit there and be excited. You know what I mean? That we're tied either. Because we've been winning and lost games. And now we're going to be tied. That's not a good sign. Fourth quarter has not been our quarter, guys. So, Anthony says, notice if we're blitzing today? I really haven't seen blitzes. I haven't been looking for that as specific there, but it's still the same defense. As far as I'm concerned, still the defense. The only thing I've seen differently is Dexter Lawrence seems to be playing with a little more aggression. I haven't really had a chance to look to see what he's been lining up as. See if he's been lining up as a true nose tackle, which has been part of the problems. But definitely haven't seen much change in the scheme overall of this defense. And I like to. Like, we got to figure out a way to stop the run already. That's the biggest thing, to stop the goddamn run. Like, of all the things. And unfortunately, it kind of is what it is as long as Bowen's there, I think. And it's weird because Bowen was hired. He's a great run stopper. You saw him on Hard Knocks. They did that. Oh, Bowen stops the run. Anthony has been lined up more as a nose tackle today. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I want to see the actual stats before I say that for sure. The big plays I'm seeing, he's been lined up as a nose tackle, that's for sure. But unfortunately, it's hard for me to watch everything at once, and I haven't been able to look to see exactly where he's at in every play. But when I see a replay of a big play from him, yes, he's been lined up as a nose tackle. So that's something there. But, again, we got to put it together. We can stop the run. And that includes him. Again, he's the big tackle. He's supposed to be the run stopper. And unfortunately, just hasn't been there. Hasn't been there at all. So let me see here real quick. I'm going to look at one thing here for you guys real quick here. Dexter Lawrence. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, let's see. I'm curious to see what his grades are they're giving him. So his overall grade this year, PFF, is giving him 74.1. That's 15th best still. So I was curious to see how low he had dropped because he was like top 3 with them. But it's just, like I said, it's just frustrating as all hell as a fan to see another team run on you every single week. Every single goddamn week. And that's what we keep allowing. It's like, how are you supposed to win if you can't stop the run? So, unfortunately, like I said, it is one of those, it is what it is kind of scenarios for right now. So let's see where we're at here. So it looks like we got a little NFL thing where they're showing this has been a broadcast. The NFL, like that's usually right before they start her up. Let's see. Maybe not. Now they're doing progressive game flow. I didn't know they were doing that. Now they're showing the coverage again by Banks on that touchdown. That still upsets me because, like I said, if he just punched the damn ball out, that would have been a touchdown. We'd be up right now. That shouldn't have been one. But again, that's Banks for you. What do you expect? I mean, we all know what he is at this point. He's just not a good corner. It is what it is. As they're showing Drew Brees, by the way. If anybody didn't know, Drew Brees is only in this game. This is his NFL Fox, debut here because he's in for Mark Sanchez. We got fired because of the whole incident of the fight he had in Indianapolis, getting stabbed and all. That story is still crazy. I still want to see when the actual court case comes in and see all that stuff. That's insanity. Looks like we got Koo here set up to do the kickoff there. Gillum is holding the ball, so that just tells you the kind of wind we got going on here. Takes the ball about the 1 yard line there. And looks like we're going to stop them at the 33, 34 yard line there. We got all kinds of Giants there trying to get him down. Took the whole team. It took a village. So let's see. I'm trying to see if they got any news on Jacobs in the meantime. Talking about a shoulder injury for Jordan Love right now. All right, so here we go. First and goal. First goal. 1st and 10 for the Packers. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dexter Lawrence. This close to a sack. Dexter Lawrence playing like a different man today. Let's see the replay. See where he's at. And he was lined up in the nose tackle position again. Now, keep in mind also, the Packers have their backup center in right now, too. So he's definitely playing an inferior opponent. But he is wrecking havoc here, guys. So 2nd and 10 incoming. Jesus, would you rather party with Mark Sanchez or re-sign Shane Bowen? I'd rather party with Mark Sanchez. Point blank. All right, here we are. Somebody asked me, would you rather eat razor blades or re-sign Shane Bowen? It's razor blades. I'll pick the razor blades. 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation, empty backfield for Jordan Love. And wide open receiver. Drew Phillips on the coverage. And they are fighting for that first down. They're going to be just short of it there. Got Wicks on the catch. Let's see this. Replay this horrible coverage, apparently. Oh, yeah. Phillips got fooled by a quick double stutter there. Absolutely fooled. All right, so 3rd and 1, guys. Stop showing the receiver just made the play. I want to see what's going on right now. Okay, single back formation, tight on the field. And Love's going for it. And, of course, wide open again as a receiver. That's Christian Watson. Jay says, Drew Phillips is a mirage. He's not a mirage. He makes a very good linebacker if you can add 20 pounds on. He's not good in coverage, and that's an issue when you're a corner. I was flat on this coverage there, by the way. Yeah, he says, imagine if we had 2 really good corners. Drew Phillips, we picked on so bad. Yeah. 1st and 10 here. 41 yard line here for the Packers. Giants defense got to shore up a little bit here where they're at now. Got to run for about 2 yards. That's the Emmanuel Lewis, their primary backup now. With Josh Jacobs out, I guess he's technically the starter at this moment. 2nd and 7. And they're just taking their sweet time with these plays. Come on, next up. Let's go. Jesus, are you nervous for return for your first day of work? No. No. 2nd and 7. Shotgun formation. No backs. Jordan Love just heaving it up in the end zone. And there's a flag. Javon Holland on the coverage. So this tells you they're probably getting the ball at the 1 yard line. Dane Belton all looking around too. Let's see. Well, let him go. Gets picked up by Belton. Okay, what's Belton on the coverage? Where's the flag? What's the flag for? He turned around. Like they're both going for it. What do you want? Pass interference, my ass. That's not a pass interference, guys. That is definitely not a pass interference. That's utterly ridiculous. Refs just hate the freaking Giants today. Another flag. Oh, is that a flag? Or I can't tell. Is that a butterfly? What the hell is that? It looks like a yellow butterfly going by. Oh, but that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit play. Second time the refs have screwed us today. At least buy us dinner first. 2nd and goal here coming up. Like, I don't know what else they want. Like, he literally turned back, put his hands to go for the ball. Like, he's allowed to go for the ball as well. 2nd and goal. And nobody on the receiver at all. Wow. Wiley wide open here. That is their third tight end here. Sanity. Let's see this replay. Let's see, he's at the end of the line. I want to see who is supposed to cover him. Oh, lovely. We had a player fall down. Oh, nope. He got hit into. That was a cheap block. That was a cheap block there, Christian Watson. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. He didn't fall. He got crushed. You're not supposed to block like that as an offensive guy. At least another botched field goal, botched extra point here by the Packers. We're only down by 6. Yeah, refs just screwed us the second time, guys. You know, maybe able to beat the Packers, but I don't know if we can beat the Packers and the refs. I thought they had outlawed those kind of blocks, though. Like, you can't just sit there and just run into a guy to block him like that to open up the receiver. That's just these refs are just screwed. Refs seem to be sponsored by the Packers. Guess they have this team of refs travel from Wisconsin. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. Yeah, this is everyone say thank you to the holder for keeping the laces in, laces out. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Oh my gosh. Such a good movie. One of those movies they could not do nowadays too if they wanted to, probably. Let's see here. All right, so Titans are up now 6-0 on the Texans. 7.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. That's insanity. Panthers making a game of it now. Falcons are now up 21-16. Just under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. In the third quarter, I should say. 9.5 minutes left to go in the third. Bears are up now 13-3 on the Vikings. Jaguars up 21-6 on the Chargers with just over 4 minutes to go. The Bills have pulled ahead in the Bucks matchup there, 21-20, just under 13 minutes to go in the third. And still very close game, but each got a field goal now in the Steelers-Bengals game, as they're up now 10-9 with 10.5 minutes left to go. So let's see here. And this says the Texans are really bad with a few good breaks to win games. Their defense is amazing, though. That's the thing. And as we say that, they just tied it up, by the way, the Texans 6-6. So they got, I think, extra points coming. They're about to be up by a point. Jay says most teams get safety and interior offensive line in 3 to 4. We pay $10, $15 million for average play. Yeah. But again, that block should not have been legal. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. This referee group is just crap. Between that and the freaking pass interference call that shouldn't have been. The fumble we got taken away from us. And returning the ball, getting on about the 26-yard line here is Banks on the kickoff. They're replaying this now again. There's Holland. No, you know what? I take it back. Holland went into Golden. I'll take it back. Watson, I'm sorry. Holland went right into Watson. That's on him. He wasn't paying attention to what's around him and ran right into the receiver. I thought that was legal block. All right, I got motion on first down. Bellinger lining up now as a fullback. So that tells you run. And there's the run. It's almost like this offense is predictable. So we got 2-3 yards on that first down. Let's see. So 3 yards they gave him. So 2nd and 7 incoming. And here we go. Single back formation. Jameis Winston under center. Got Bellinger and Wandale on the top. Got Theo moving in motion. So it's another run. And here we go. Going to get that first down or just short of it. I think he got it. Let's see. Wandale on the block. Tiny guy with like no arms whatsoever, but 3rd and 1. What'd I tell you? Whenever it's short yardage, who do they give it to? Going to be Devin Singletary, who's going to not get it. So 4th and 1. Got to think of a punt here. I don't think you go for it. Game this close right now. And that was Rashawn Gary on the stop. They're going for it. Are you kidding me? 4th and 1, and they're going for it. That's crazy. You're about to give them really good field position. What the hell? Jameis Winston lined up as. Oh, are you kidding me? They're getting him. Barely got him. They got it. What the hell was that? They went for it. Jameis Winston lines up as a linebacker, and they all just pile. Let me watch this. They all just linebackers. Jameis Winston lines up as a wide receiver. Devin Singletary runs it, direct snap, and they just keep pushing him where he got it. I mean, he got it without it even too, I think just barely, but still, goddamn. That was just a horrendous play. Like, you gave up any element of surprise. You knew it was going to be a direct snap. And they run it again. Oh my gosh, this team. Being a Giants fan is bad for your heart health. That's for damn sure. 2nd and 6 now with the 4-yard run here for Singletary to start off this. All right, here we go. Now we have to get a touchdown. We don't get a touchdown here if we win for it on there. That's going to be really disappointing. 2nd and 6. And here we go. Quick toss out to Bellinger from the ground, but he got it. It's about 3 yards on that one. So it brings up 3rd and 3. Maybe 2, actually. It might give him a 4th yard. Oh, that's going to be close. They're giving the catch, but that's close. That might have hit the ground. There's a challenge flag going. There it goes. You knew it was coming. Let's see here. Oh my God. That's going to be close. I'm watching this replay. They're watching over and over again. That's so close. That's hard to call. That's the problem. Is because we call it a catch, you got to go ahead and have indisputable evidence that it's going to be a catch. I mean, it could be a drop. Sorry. So yeah, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be damn difficult to call back. That's for sure because of that. Let's see here. Let's get into the updates here in the score. So, yeah, Texans are now up 7-6 on the Titans. Falcons up 21-16 Panthers, 13-3 Bears over the Vikings right now. See, most of the play, everything's still the same scores. So, nothing's really changed there. We just need to get back in this challenge. I wish they had figured out a quicker way to do challenges and all. Like, there should be easier ways to figure this out. Like, maybe, like, you have a quick AI look at it and go, okay, this is the right angle. So the AI just to pick the angle, but then still have the actual person look at the angle, if that makes sense. There's got to be a quicker way of doing this. Like for us to have to go to a commercial break every time they want to check this stuff. So let's see. And like I said, it's going to be a 50-50. And I think the 50-50 should go to Bellinger because of the fact that it was called a catch on the field. But I got to say, Winston's got to go quicker with that. Winston's got to know, like, hey, they're about to challenge this shit and go for it. Just snap the goddamn ball. Figure it out. But, you know, they didn't. Anthony said, try to use AI for first down reading through, and it take 5 minutes instead of 30 seconds you used to. Yeah, because they're not using the right technology. Technology is there. They're just not using it right. So it is what it is. But like Jay's saying here, they want the commercials probably. It's just getting to the point where I feel like there's so many goddamn commercials in a football game. It's ridiculous. Like, there's got to be a way for us to figure out. I'll pay extra. I don't want the goddamn commercials. I'll pay extra to not have commercials. Let me just see what's going on the field. Let's have people talking football. Like, I don't need that stuff. So they did reverse it. 3rd and 6. They reversed it. I don't see how you can, though. Like, it clearly hit him. He caught it with his forearms. Jason, there's no commercials. There'd be no TV. No, you just pay extra for TV. I don't care. I'll pay extra. No problem doing that. I'll pay extra. No commercials. All right. 3rd and 6 now. We get screwed by the refs again. You can see where he caught it with his forearms and got it in. Like, that's ridiculousness here. As they're making changes at the line. Definitely seems to be some confusion on this play. Might be better off calling a timeout, but they're not going to. And we're going to be about 2 yards, 3 yards short. Do the Giants go for it again? Let's see. Here's the replay of it. Yeah, it's funny you see Micah Parsons out there. Micah Parsons has been like nowhere in this game whatsoever. You haven't heard him come up as anybody making any plays whatsoever. Nor McKinney for that matter. 4th and 3, and we're going for it again. This is too aggressive, guys. No, we caught it. Isaiah Hodgins. What do I know? I'm a moron, apparently. Just really risky. Really risky move. If we don't get that, you give them back and practically already in field goal position. Same as last time. Oh, that was close to being a pick. You watched the replay from that one angle? See? Ooh. All right, 1st and 10 for the Giants again. So we're apparently now always in 4-down territory. Who needs to punt? We don't need to punt. About 2 yards on the first run here by Tracy. 2nd down. It's like Quay Walker's hurt. It's also starting to rain, apparently. So along with 30-mile-an-hour wind, we got rain there at MetLife, too. So we'll see. They're showing another touchdown for the Buccaneers, by the way. Buccaneers are now up on the Bills. Sean Tucker with the 2nd touchdown of the game. So only saying 1 yard on that, so 2nd and 9. Walker still being looked at there by the medical staff. Trying to see if we got any other changes here. It's like I got to refresh. I haven't had that touchdown on my list. I got the Google scores up here, so let's see. Looks like another field goal for the Steelers. Steelers up now 13-9 in that game there. And a prediction of the over on that. It's not going exactly what I expected. That's for damn sure. Anthony says, the more this day goes on, the happier I am at being home on my couch and Sunday sauce in the pot. All right, here we go. 2nd and 9. Wandale moving in motion towards the top of the screen. And it's a throw to, is that Jalen Hyatt again? Jalen Hyatt with the 2nd catch. Give that man an extension. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Here we go. Let's show the replay. All set up in I formation. Going to be a run. Fakes the handoff. And Hyatt was just wide open. They were in zone coverage, and he just found the gap in the zone, basically. 3 guys all around him, but they had the opening. 1st and 10. Ball's now up at the 28-yard line. Bellinger lines up as a fullback. Isaiah Hodgins lines up to block as well. Here comes the run. Tracy getting to the outside to get a few yards. You get 6-7 yards in that one there. We'll smack talk by Valentine afterward. Second down incoming. 2nd and 3, so 7 yards in that one. Really good block by Bellinger there to stop that. Chop block there, but got it done. Dirty Caesar says, Hyatt with the career game. Damn straight. Now, he probably had his career game there. Was that one he had? Was it the Eagles? He had like 3 or 4 catches? The 2 catches is like, woof. Tracy, 1st down here. Gets 4 yards from the carry. See Jalen Hyatt stats. Let's see what he got coming into this game. Coming into this game, he had 3 catches for 17 yards. And it was the Eagles game. So, one more catch, and he's tied his season high. My gosh, it's pathetic. And again, right down to the end of the wire there. Tracy goes again. Gonna get about 3-4 yards on there. I think 3, so we get 2nd and 7. Let's see if we can get Hyatt his first touchdown as a Giant. Let's see. Be nice. 2nd and 7. We got a lot of freaking a lot of time on this drive too taken up. Wandale in motion to the top of the screen. So he's the only wide receiver in this. So you got to think it's going to be a run, and it is a run. Going to be Devin Singletary twirling around for 1 yard, so 3 and 6 coming. Spun around like 3 times by the defender. Now him and Nixon getting into it afterwards. There's going to be a flag, I got to think. Saw a couple of contact moves afterwards. Let's see. Yeah, he's the guy who spun him around. Nothing wrong with that. He was trying to tackle him. He just wasn't strong enough to do it. 3rd and 6. Shotgun formation. And is that on a screen? Another screen. Let's see. Singletary. Going to be a couple yards short. You got to think in this wind, what's going on? You're going to go for this 4th down. This is the one time I would agree with it. 4th and 3. Oh, I don't know if I challenged that play potentially. I don't think he went out of bounds where they put him. I got to see another angle of that to know. Here we go. 4th and 3. Shotgun formation. Here comes that pass rush. Micah Parsons. Oof. There's a sack. All this time, all this effort, all these 4th down conversions, and we're going to get the ball back. 1st and 10 Packers. Illuminor, unfortunately, we did a decent job, Illuminor. It's just you only can hold on to him for so long. Oof. Not good, guys. Not good. Well, at least we're getting the field position decent for the defense. Trying to give us a positive spin here. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see here. Let's see the score. See if we got anything different here. Let's see. Texans now up 10-6 on the Titans. They're finally pulling away. Obviously, they're the better team in this whole matchup here. Still 21-16 Falcons over the Panthers. 16-3 Bears over the Vikings. They're extending their score a little bit. 28-6 Chargers just whooping. I'm sorry, Chargers getting whooped on by the Jaguars. Buccaneers still up 26-24 over the Bills right now. Got 13-9 Steelers up right now. So a lot of close games here. Just a couple of blowouts at this one. That's just one blowout, really. That's the Jaguars and the Chargers here. Let's see. Jay says, "Yeah, field position. You should be a Bucks content creator. Much easier than this trash heap." Oh my god. I can't switch teams. Though I may do something Tampa Bay sports wise here soon. I'm talking to a couple people about doing something, but it would not be like rooting for the Bucks or doing a Bucks show or anything like that. Just helping out with website development and stuff for sudden, because I can't stop working. I'm just insane like that. I have to work 24/7. It seems my brain just doesn't function otherwise very well. Just the way I'm wired. Let's see here. Jason's Winston is nimble as an elephant back there. I mean, unfortunately, we're now spoiled. We're used to Dart. Dart's been very good at that. Like, that's not normal. So, it is what it is. We're just going to have to kind of deal with that for now. So, but we got the defense has got to come up with something here. That's the big thing. The defense has to be able to figure out how to stop the Packers right now. and figure out how to get this going. And if they can't get this going, we're going to be in trouble here, guys. 1 score, we can try to figure it out. 2 scores, we're going to be in trouble. As they're replaying this play again for some reason. No need to replay this. We don't need to see it again. They were showing. I mean, the receivers were open. That's the sad part. All right, so get a couple yards here on the run. It's like 5 yards actually to start there. So 2nd down incoming. G says, we need a GoFundMe so Rob gets a new vest and Drew gets a new hat. Maybe something in the works here. Maybe something in the works. Like I said, we're working on something right now with, I won't say who, but we are in negotiations with a company right now that does do NFL licensed apparel. 2nd and 5. Shotgun formation here. Wicks in motion to the top of your screen. And it's another run. And we got a 3rd down incoming. So should be a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2. Big stop here. If we can get this stop, get the ball back for the offense and start trying to make something happen here. We got just under a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Jay says that hat has seen more shit than most 25-year-olds. That's because 25-year-olds are babies. No, I'm kidding. Hat's only a couple years old. It's just I've never washed it. Used to be my fishing hat. 3rd and 2. And deep shot. Oh, didn't get it. Deep shot, though. Wow. That would have been a big play if it had happened there with Christian Watson, but instead it's 4th down. Look at that. Whew. That's Nick Jones on coverage, by the way. If our secondary is so banged up, you don't know who number 31 is. Nick Jones. But he got the ball out. Look at that. Good coverage for Nick. Deontay Banks wouldn't have done that. All right, here we go. God damn. That's a punt. Giants going to start the ball at the 15-yard line. God damn. That is a freaking punt. Their punter is just beasting today. All right, so Giants offense, you can see them at the semi-transparent logo. Getting on the field there. Got Tracy out there. It's like shotgun formation for Watson with Tracy on the left-hand side. Getting ball at the 15-yard line. First call is a pass to Wan'Dale Robinson. Going to get about 5 yards on that. Good job for a 1st down. So 2nd and 5 coming. I'll gladly take that. And I think we're just going to go into the 4th quarter here, guys. Yep, here we go. 4th quarter. You know, it's been our problem quarter. Let's see. We're going to find out now what happens in the 4th quarter. Different from usual. God forbid if the Giants score a touchdown here and get up by a point. I want to see what the difference is. Because that's been our issue. Let's be honest here. It's 4th quarter. Not closing out wins. Right now we're down by 6. We're still tight. We're still close. We're still in this. But if the Giants, by some miracle, will score a touchdown here, what do the Giants do differently with the lead in the 4th quarter? Beyond being a Giants fan, if you wanted to see them score because I'm a Giants fan, I want to see them score to see it just from the analytical side what the difference is. Because that's been the biggest Achilles heel of this Giants team is closing out victories. All right, let's see where we're at. If anything new on the scores here for us. Let's see here. So 10-6 now. Titans over the Texans over the Titans. We got the touchdown, another field goal by the Titans there. You got 21-19 end of the third for the Falcons at the Panthers. End of the third for the Bears, up 16-3 on the Vikings. 35-6 now with 11 minutes left to go in the game for the Jaguars over the Chargers. God damn, they're freaking whooping them. 4 minutes left in the third for Bucks over the Bills right now, 26-24. Half a minute left on the third quarter for the Steelers, now up 20-9 over the Bengals there. So, like I said, a couple of close ones here still, but a Steelers game starting to get a more of a whooping there at the end of the third. But like you said, you got a really couple good close ones here with the Titans and Texans is really close. Falcons and the Panthers really close. Bills, Bucks really close. And I mean, technically ours. Only 6 different score there. So let's see here. Jay says Jags, Panthers, Falcons. I will not touch from a betting standpoint. Oh, I would have bet the farm on the Jaguars today. Point blank. Would have bet the farm. I don't have a farm to bet, but I would have borrowed one and then bet it. Like that offensive line is just so banged up for the Chargers again. Joel back out again, and they can't. They've proven they can't. That the backup offensive lineman they have in there are just crap, absolute crap. So, they just can't get it done. Unfortunately, I feel bad for Herbert having a great start to the season, and then his offensive line just fell apart on him. I think you'll definitely see a big difference at the Jags next year in offensive line. I think that's gonna be a thing they're gonna really, really focus on. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Here we go. 2nd and 5 now for the Giants. Shotgun formation for Winston. And oh my God, almost picked out of the hands of Wan'Dale Robinson. Almost picked. Like that would not even have been on a Winston at that point. That would have been a Wan'Dale. That was Javon Bullard. Bullard, sorry. But yeah, right off of the hands. Whew. And what's crazy is his own teammate there, Isaiah McDuffie, banged into him, and that's what knocked it out. He didn't have a chance to pull in before he got hit. So 3rd and 5. Theo Johnson in motion towards the outside, bottom of the screen. And I think he knew it was a screen coming up the way it was setting up. And there's a first down and much more. Tracy down to the 40-yard line. 20-yard gain. There we go. Screens, guys. We've been calling for it all goddamn year. Screens. I don't know why the Giants just have not used them. Good block by JMS up front, too. Not often I say that. Kudos to JMS. So here we go. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion to the bottom, and they're going to run it with Tracy. And he's going to get, looks like 5 yards. 2nd and 5 incoming. Chase says those screen passes, I get a funny feeling in my loins. Reminds me of the days with with Eli back in the day. Like that was a big part of the Kevin Gilbride defense offenses. That was before McAdoo got here. It was a big part of the offense for a lot of years. All right, another run here with Tracy and first down and more. We're now into the Packers territory. Ball's about the 46-yard line on first down here. Thirteen and a half minutes left. We got a little tick, 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 but Giants are getting it going. And great job by Bellinger on being in motion and going right into a block. Even though he's got away with a hold, but that's life. That's the NFL. Every play, give it the hold. Mike and Parsons, you show them on the sidelines here. Good time for a deep pass. We haven't given Jameis Winston hasn't even attempted a deep pass, really. And as I say that, there's a deep pass. It's so sad that I can call what's going to happen here with the Giants. See, the problem is you overthrow it. And if you underthrow it, and Jalen Hyatt, who was the intended target, had to come back for it, it would have been a catch potentially. The 2 guys were deeper than him. I don't know what he was thinking, but At least we took the shot, I guess. 2nd and 10 for the Giants. Shotgun formation. This is going to be a run, though. And there it is. Singletary. Going to get about 4 yards. So 3rd and 6 incoming. Ball's about the 44-yard line. So somebody's keeping an eye as far as field goal with this wind. I mean, who knows what the hell is going on wind-wise, but here we go. Jameis Winston, shotgun formation. Got Singletary off to the right-hand side. Got Bellinger, Theo Johnson, in the slot. And there you go. Theo Johnson with the big crab. First down. The crab grab. That is nice. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. So we're officially at the 30-yard line now, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. Will this be the timeout? Will this be the touchdown? We got a first down. We got a carry here by Tracy. Going to get about 2-3 yards. So 2nd and 8 incoming. Let's see. Got Bellinger coming in, it looks like, off the sideline. You know, part of the problem is they're playing very conservative with Jameis Winston. I said that was going to be a good thing for him, but eventually you're going to have to let him kind of ball out a little bit here and hope we get the better side of that. Needs to be a run here. Oh, it's crazy when I see these things. So about 6 yards here, it looks like on that there, maybe 5. So 3rd down incoming with about 2 or 3 yards to go. That's Tracy, like I said, is having a good game. You see it here. All right, so let's see. 3rd down incoming here. And again, we're in 4-down territory. They're going to go for it before 4 downs. You might as well do it here too as well. So to me, you might as well just run up the gut with Singletary, who's their usual short yardage guy, and to see what you got. But instead, we got an empty backfield for Jameis Winston. So, and it's end around for Tracy. He's going to get the first down. Yeah, there he goes. I thought he was going to play to stop, but nobody got it. Flag on the play, though. Flag came in very late at the end of the play, though. Maybe the Giants finally get one. Holding on the offense. Nope. Oh, my gosh. The refs are like, guys, they're doing too good right now. Let's get them for a holding call. Can't win. Can't win. All right, so there's that clean game you wanted, Jay, right? This team just penalty after penalty. So now instead, 3rd and 13. Single back formation here. Shotgun, obviously, in this kind of scenario. Winston, big toss to Theo Johnson, who's just trucking his way. He's going to be about 2 yards short. So 4th and 2 at the 22-yard line. Giants definitely going to go for it. Let's see the replay there. Nice Winston, too. Oh, look at that late hit on Winston. Watch the replay. Oh, I'm going to show it on the replay. That's a late hit on Winston. This is Drew. Can I buy you a new hat? She doesn't like that one. She doesn't like anything. It's okay. 4th and 2. Shotgun formation still, even though you got to think they would be running the ball, but nope, not gonna. Oh, catch again. Isaiah Hodgins in the house. Woo. Isaiah Hodgins. The new Malik Neighbors, apparently. He's guy's just all over the place. Good route. Like I said, why was he not signed back earlier? Considering the crappy depth we've had all goddamn year, why was he not signed earlier? It's just absolutely pure insanity now. I'm trying to think. See where he's at now for the games. We got first and goal here now for the Giants. Yeah, he's up to 58 yards of the day. I don't even know if they counted that play yet. And then got a quick run. Gonna get about a couple yards here on first goal. Got a flag. Another flag. Fumble flags. Face mask on the defense. There we go. Finally Sutton for the Giants. Yeah, it's an obvious face mask. I don't even blame the defender. I don't think it was a dirty play. When your hand's going down like this and you feel sudden, you're just grabbing it because you're trying to get the guy down. But that is an obvious face mask penalty. So first and goal now. Once again, because of that. Now we got the ball about the 3.5 yard line, guys. And it's going to be a run. Here we go. Come on. If it's not a touchdown, it's damn close. It's going to be like a half yard. I like this. Jay says, let's get this W to make AC feel guilty about selling his tickets. Listen, you got to hope for the win just for Rob. Rob's there with Kelsey, who's, of course, the Packers fan. And if whoever team wins going to be a fun ride home for the other person, that's for sure. So let's say it's just shy of 1 yard. So second and goal. Winston going for it. He's got it. He's got a touchdown. There we go.
All hail the New York Giants.
There we go. There we go. So, tie game. Extra point incoming for the win. Hopefully, this freaking Giants defense can do something. By the way, Valentine's grabbing Robinson at the end of that play. Here we go. And extra point is good. Giants are up. What did I say? I said I smelled the freaking touchdown coming. Giants officially up now. Now we get to see what does this defense do with a lead in the fourth quarter, guys. Did we get a difference? Do we get a different defense than what we've gotten lately? Are we actually going to play the right way? Are we going to blitz the ball? Are we going to blitz the quarterback like crazy and try to get him down to the ground? Or are we going to go ahead and get the a good tight coverage on a receiver? The things we've been missing. I'll tell you right now, if we lose this game, you lose this game without Josh Jacobs. Like, I don't think you guys realize necessarily what a godsend that was for the Giants not to have to deal with Josh Jacobs this whole game. I don't think we're even in this game if Josh Jacobs was in. That's what I think is a different thing. So, let's see what we got here. But at this point, might as well win. We're not even about the draft pick anymore. Let's win. Let's win, goddammit. And listen, we got, the easier part of our schedule coming up, guys, too. You got the Raiders coming up. You got the Commanders still to play again. You got the Cowboys still to play again. Sorry, but I'm not as sold as on the Patriots. Everybody else is. Good coach team, but they're playing crappy teams. That's what they're beating. It's not unbeatable. I mean, I'm not going to say we're going to do anything amazing, but if we can get to like 6 wins, I'd be happy with that. I don't know how you all feel, what your goal is here, but we get to 6 wins, I'm happy. That means things got a lot better after Daboll left, So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's still, 6 more games after this. We still got to close this one out. And that's been our issues, closing things out. Closing things out, that's for sure. So, all right, let's see what we got here as far as the NFL scores. Let's see. So Texas still up 13-6 on the Titans. 9.5 minutes left to go in the game. Same time frame for Falcons Panthers. Falcons are up 21-19 right now. Bears up 16-10 with 8 minutes left to go over the Vikings. The Chargers still getting walloped by the Jaguars. Sorry, the Jaguars up 35-6. 8 minutes left to go there. The Bills have pulled ahead of the Buccaneers. They're up right now 31-26 with 13 and a half left to go in that game there. And 22-9, the Steelers are up on the Bengals by 12, just over 12 minutes left to go in that game as well. So, like I said, really a lot of close games, minus the Jaguars Chargers. There's not a single game in here that you can't sit there and say who's going to win for sure. That's pretty damn good for a freaking Sunday. You know, it's a lot of close games. So here we go. Touchback on the kickoff. And we guys think we're going to be going to commercial here with this, but we'll see. We'll see. Instead, they do a quick ad, it looks like. Jackson Dart, they're celebrating with Jameis Winston afterwards. Did a little, like, OC. I think I read it's OC's birthday today. I wonder if that's why they're doing that. Let me see. Yeah, today is OC's birthday. He's officially 44 years old. All right, so quick toss out. Going to be about 9 yards in the first down for them, for Wilson. Jason's using those Jackson Dark glasses. No way in hell. Let's say an accountant for the 1970s. I'm good. 2nd and 2 they're giving them, so 2 more yards left to go for them to get a first down. Said Giants, this has been our weakest issue all freaking year, is keeping a lead in the fourth quarter. Can we do it? Let's see. Running the ball, and they got the first down. Jace says you're old and not cool. Well, first off, I'm semi-old, and I'm semi-cool. All right, so 1st and 10. They got their kicker already practicing on the sidelines too as well. So it looks like they are interested in going for it. You can see the flags like crazy. Jason says, I want to turn over. Damn straight. Anthony says, I want to see soft zone defense at with a 1-point lead. Yeah, I mean, look at the yardage given up by the corners. It's insane. Like, you can't do that. And there's a catch for a first down, Romeo Doubs. I don't understand this defense. And this is, how are you not wearing any Giants apparel, Drew? I gotta ask you about my podcast shirt on. Does that count? I mean, I look at behind me. You don't think I have enough Giants gear around me? Here we go. Zoom out a little here. I mean, is that enough swag for you? Do I not have enough flair? Just like Office Space? I mean, I got more even too here. I mean, whole entire walls that are just covered. As you got 2nd and 10, Jordan Love heaving it up. And no catch. Yeah, I mean, we got more out that way even too. I mean, everywhere you go, there's Giants gear in this wall. Is this not enough for you, Anthony? As Jason says, they don't sell it at Baby Gap, LOL. Baby Gap? Why would I? Like, that's like a joke you make about a small person. 6'7", 270 pounds. There's no way in hell I'm fitting a damn thing in the Baby Gap. And this is a shirt would be nice. I agree, a shirt would be nice, wouldn't it? Luckily, I'm wearing a shirt. Trust me, you don't want me doing the show topless. 3rd and 10. Let's get a pass rush going. Come on. All the time in the world. There we go. Burns finally getting on him. Oh, you kidding me? Big catch there. That's absolutely ridiculous, guys. All the time in the world. Savion Williams comes up with the big catch. Jay says 6'7", solid as rocks. More like molten lava. Anthony says 3 things you don't want on the show: you dancing, you singing, and you shirtless. 2 out of 3, you're right. Singing's not bad. I never claimed I can dance well, for the record. Singing I can do. I was actually in a couple of bands when I was younger and all too. So, all right, 1st and 10 here. About to have an issue with the clock. Oh, there we go. They got it off just in time. And here's the Giants giving up another 1st down, and ball's down about the 4-yard line. Flag on the play, though. I wonder if somebody wasn't set on offense because they snapped that ball quick. Hold on the offense instead. So 1st and 20. That's Josh White on the hold there. Backup tight end. Yeah, Jason, absurd play with our nasty D line. What a joke. Yeah. Just took forever for anybody to get there. You give anybody that kind of time, they can do it. Dave Brown could have made that show. Saying. All right, here we go. And immediately flushed out, but Romeo Dobbs with the catch. Can't cover anybody. Giants defense just cannot hold on to leads, guys. I've never seen a team so bad at holding on to leads in my life. It's absolutely insane. The only thing we could hope at this point is that the Giants get the ball back with enough time to score, but not enough time to give the Packers the ball back when they score. You know what I mean? Like the Giants had to be the last ones to touch the football, basically. But I'd love for this to get down to just a field goal and that's it. I mean, really, honestly, interception would be the preferred outcome, but Giants, let's see. Oh, Packers called a timeout, so 4 minutes, 7 seconds left to go. LaFleur is flipping out of the sidelines. Anthony says, Corey Blackett covered. That's why he's starting over Banks. Yeah. That's not a guy you want out there, guys. Not a guy you want out there. Let's see here. So 13-6 Texans over the Titans. 6.5 left to go there. Still 21-19 Falcons over the Panthers. 7:40 left in that game. Just about 6 minutes here left to go with the Bears up 16-10 on the Vikings. The Jaguars shellacking the Chargers 35-6. Just under 5 minutes left to go in that game. Just over 11 minutes to go in the Bucks Bills, as the Bucks are up 32-31 right now, and 9.5 minutes left to go in the Steelers Bengals, with the Steelers up 20-9. It's just, oh my God. Dwayne says they want to lose now. I'm convinced. And then he says there's no player that wants to lose, Dwayne. The GC is horrific. That's exactly what it is. It's the coordinator. He said we're about to blow into the lead. Yeah. Another fourth quarter lead gone. What we do. We cannot stop anybody, guys. That's the sad part. And again, Josh Jacobs out. Jason, at least get the sauce, yeah. Anthony gets the sauce. He's not going to share the sauce to anybody else in the stream, though. Not going to do it. Going to be greedy like that. Didn't even invite anybody over. Rob could have stopped on the way home from the game. Nope. No invite from Anthony. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is just, like I said, it's shaping up to be another big loss. Guys, real quick while we're waiting here for this to end here, I do want to give you guys a heads up that as usual, we will have our post-game coverage in a different video. We can convert that over the audio for the podcast listeners. So if you're on YouTube, it'll automatically route you over to our post-game coverage. If you're on any other platform, just go back to our homepage, and it should be starting up just a couple minutes after this is done. So I usually give myself like a 5-minute break real quick and then get going with the post-game. So that'll be just me again, too, as well, unless we can get Rob to call in from his car. Let's see here. Anthony says doors always open for Sunday dinners. Like I said, I know how it is. Italian family myself. I get it. He says, Jay, would never eat jar canned sauce in my life. See, I do, but I season the hell out of it. I add in like red peppers and oregano and basil, and I'm just too lazy to make it myself. So 2nd and 7 here for the Packers. They're shooting for the end zone. which means they'll get it, and they just did. Touchdown. Let's see here. Derek says, will Shane Bowen blow this game yet again? Yes, he just did. Yes, he just did. Let's see here. Jay says, thanks for the Drew Cash. Support will endeavor at the slave wages, $1.33 per hour. So the $5 super chat. Appreciate your support, man. Anthony says, Drew, you're officially a Medigan. What's a Medigan? I don't know what that is. I got to look that one up. Medigan. Italian who's lost touch with their cultural heritage. I never even heard of that. So part of the problem is that hold on, we got a 2-point conversion. I'll talk in a second. 2-point conversion attempts are up by 5, trying to go up by a full touchdown. Of course, the Giants will probably give it up. And the Giants give it up. So now they're officially up by a touchdown. It's so bad. You just fully affect bad things to happen. It is what it is. Jason's the middle-aged guy with an ugly hat. No, it's not. Stop. What's wrong with this hat? It's just a white mesh hat. Like, there's nothing wrong with the hat, Jay. Anyway, and then I looked up this term, Italian who's lost their cultural heritage. Listen, point blank, I'm Italian, like a quarter Italian, but my family doesn't really do anything Italian. Because they were like only a quarter Italian. I'm mostly like English, Irish, to be honest. If I had to pick a nationality, I say UK-ish. So, Anthony with the 49 super chat. Let's make it 266 an hour, Jay. Appreciate it, man. Oh my gosh. Listen, it is what it is. Like I said, we just do this because we like doing it. Let's see. He says, I'm just an ass because I'm first generation Drew. Yeah, my great grandmother on my mother's side was the one who was 100% Italian. So definitely a few generations removed. Jay says that's illegal in California. Derek says, yep, Shane Bowen is the best at losing games. Yes, he is. That is his specialty. That is what he's best at. I don't know what it is about him and not wanting to win, but it just seems to be something he's allergic to. Like if we give this up, like without Josh Jacobs. That's the thing I got to reiterate here as much as I can here. No Josh Jacobs. Anthony says, is Bowen fired tomorrow? It's hard to say because does anybody want the job? You have to have somebody willing to take on the job to let Bowen go. And I don't know if we have one. Marquand Manuel, I've said before, was the Falcons defensive coordinator back in the day. Andre Patterson was the co-defensive coordinator for the Vikings back in the day. But do either one of them want it? I just don't know. But at this point, God damn, I would take anybody at this point. Hell, I'll go and do the job. It's just ridiculous. Like, you got to have tighter coverage than what we do. You got to go ahead and get, a pass rush going. Like, I don't know, we're like allergic to those things for some reason. I don't get it. Anthony says, where's Tony Soprano? I need a favor. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, showing that over and over again. But yeah, it is what it is. We just gotta deal with this. Dwayne's like, I'm sick of losing like this. We're used to it too. So I'm sick of watching the same thing every goddamn week. Well, yeah. I get it. We kneel down here. Listen, here's the benefit of it. We got 4 minutes left. We have the ball. The Giants can go for a touchdown here, try to tie it up. Maybe go for 2 and go for it. Go for the win. And not give them the chance to get the ball back. That's the sad part is if you're a Kafka right now, if you're a Tim Kelly, the new OC, you got to sit there and be like, I can't give this Packers team a ball back with any time left. Like, it's got to be in your head. So, yeah, it's sad story of events here. And again, that there's so many things that you can go back to this game too that were bullshit against the Giants too. And his quick pass here, Wandale Robinson, 4 yards. So 2nd and 6 incoming. The fumble that wasn't, we lost. The pass interference call that wasn't. There's so many things that we got kind of screwed on. 2nd and 5. Now the quick toss out to Wandale Robinson this time does not come up with this. So 3rd and 5 incoming. Dwayne's about ready to get everybody out of here. Get rid of Shane Bowen. Get rid of Joe Shane. Get rid of Shane Bowen. Yeah. Anybody named Shane just needs to go. Whether it's your first or last name, you need to go. 3rd and 5. Here we go. Let's see. Shotgun formation. Tracy in the backfield on the right side. The Isaiah Hodgins at the bottom of the screen. Watch out for that. Toss out to Theo Johnson. Catches the ball. Steps outside. There we go. Theo. My favorite Theo after Theo Huxtable. Dwayne's writing pink slips in the comments section left and right here. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. And shotgun formation. I think we're pretty much expecting that going forward. Got a run here by Tracy. He's going to get 15, 16, 7, almost 20 yards here as they're still just trucking. Down to about a 31-yard line here, guys. Dwayne's still listing who wants to fire. Who else, Dwayne? We fired the guy in charge of the ticket booth. Go for it. Clean house. Tracy with a really awkward spike afterwards. All right, so 32-yard line, actually, where we're at. Quick toss out to Tracy again. Going to get about 6 yards there. Parking attendant, he says. Let's fire the nighttime stadium security guard. Fire the guy who heats up the churros. No more churros. 2nd and 3. Tossed out the Hyatt, but it's knocked out of his hands. Would have been a 1st down. Dwayne says, fire the janitor. Clean house. Are we firing the guy who changes the urinal cakes? 2-minute warning, guys. Fire the guy who changes the urinal cakes in the urinals. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Let's see where we're at score-wise here. We're getting close to not just the end of our game, but all the games are kind of coming to a close here. 2 minutes left as the Titans are down to the Texans still 13-6. Falcons up still 21-19. 3.5 minutes left to go in that game. Vikings are within a touchdown at least, and they have the ball right at the midfield almost there. Bears are up 16-10. Just at 2 minutes here, the 2-minute warning there as well. Jags officially have destroyed the Chargers 35-6. That game is officially over here. Just over 7 minutes left to go in the Bills-Bucks as the Bills are up 37-32. And the Steelers still up on the Bengals. They're now 20-12. Just over 5 minutes left to go. And they're on the 7-yard line about to score there again potentially here. So that looks like that game might be over if they get anything points-wise here with 5 minutes left to go. Most teams can hold us lead. The Giants may not be able to, but most teams can. So, it is what it is. Let's see here. As Anthony says, Dwayne, can we get rid of Corey Black too? Dwayne says, start firing people in other sports franchises too. Anybody who John Mayer lays his eyes onto this game should be in danger of losing their job. Jay says, damn JJ McCarthy's ass. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, honestly, Shane should be gone. They're not going to do it. They're going to make their decision on Shane at the end of the year with the likeliness he comes back. Fair warning right now. I know it's probably a bad time to make sure you guys are aware of this, but he's going to get an extension at this offseason. Giants do not believe in lame duck GMs. They're going to give him like a 2-year extension. Just fair warning. But it is what it is on that. We're not going to change that. Shane Bowen, he's the guy. After this game, needs to be out of here. Point blank needs to be out of here. It's another game we should have won, but every single time a team wants to score on us, and we're up with the lead, and it's the fourth quarter, we just give up the lead. It just is what it is. But yeah, let's see. I don't care about Wendy's new chicken tenders. Let's get back to the goddamn game. Here we go. Let's see where we're at here. All right. 2 minutes, 1:59 technically. 3rd and 3. Winston's in shotgun formation. Obviously, we're in 4-down territory given where the game's at here. But Tracy's got the first down. Going down about the 18-yard line. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Giants. Offense is at least trying to keep it close here. Now, not to get ahead of myself, but if we score a touchdown here, do you guys want to go for 1, tie it up, or do you want to go for the 2-point conversion? That's going to be an interesting one right there. All right, Winston back to throw. Going for the touchdown there. Did Wan'Dale Robinson. Tight coverage, though. Not the best throw in the world to do. Let's see. Look at that coverage. That was good. I said, I don't know why that was the throw you're going for. I guess one arm out of the way, that's a catch, but still. Not the play I would have gone for. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Again, shotgun formation. And the run. And you're going to get about 5 yards, sorry, on that. At least make it a short 3rd down. So 3rd and 6 incoming. 53 seconds left on the clock. Shotgun formation again, as always. We've been in this whole time. And here we go. Shot to the end zone, and it's picked off. You win with the Jameis, you lose by the Jameis. That's going to be the game there, guys. Jameis being Jameis. That's the problem with this. Because of the defense. Think about this. If the defense stopped them from scoring a touchdown and just gave up a field goal, the Giants would not be as aggressive as they were being just there. It's a really bad throw. And Hyatt stopped running the route. Look at that. Hyatt stopped running the route. Oh, my gosh. Well, there goes that game, guys. So, you know what? I'm just going to end that right here for us for this because that's the game. Let's be honest. That's the game. That way I can start off the post-game coverage here in just a moment here for you guys. Appreciate you guys watching here with the play-by-play here for you guys. Wish we could come out with a win, but I'll see you guys just a minute on the post-game coverage. Again, if you're on any other platform but YouTube, go right to our homepage. You'll find it. If you go to the like I said, if you go to the YouTube, though, at that point when this ends, it's going to tell you what video to go to next there. Appreciate you guys for watching. And as always, Giants fans, I guess.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.